Hello, everybody. Hamma here on the Araxis Global Network. Thanks for tuning in to the inaugural, I probably should have pronounced that word a little further ahead of time, broadcast of AGN Squad Beacon, formerly known as AGN Community Night. Marsman's voice still is in the intro and still shows up in our cool intro video as well, but he's actually still not here. He's on kind of a leave of absence, so apologies for the false advertising. You're just going to have to deal with myself and Jennyboo here today. Anyway, as I mentioned, we have Jennyboo here with us. Say hello.
Hi, everybody. Hi. I'm here and I'm watching the Twitch channel and listening to all of you. Everybody's really excited. Glad to see everybody come out.
Indeed. Thanks for tuning in
Join
today.
the Twitch, because I'm not going to be watching the IRC chat today. I'm going to be watching Twitch exclusively.
Absolutely. We've kind of phased out the IRC chat. Well, not phased out, but we've made it so that we're just watching one chat. There's just too many things to watch if we're also on IRC. So the Twitch chat is where you're going to want to get in touch with us. And so basically what we've got lined up today is
a whole lot of stuff lined up today.
We've got all sorts of crazy stuff lined up today. We're going to be on the air for about 3 or 4 hours. I think it's somewhere around 4 hours. We have a veteran panel, we have a new player panel, and we have special guests, including Luperza is going to be on, Jimmy Whisenhunt, or Whisenhunt, not sure how it's said, but I like
we can ask him.
I like Whisenhunt. And Adam Clegg as well. Our Clegger is going to be on as well. He has been confirmed. And
a very special surprise guest.
Indeed. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That stuff is going to come up near the end of the broadcast. So you're not going to see that right away.
You have to stick around, guys.
Absolutely.
We're also giving out swag, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a bit.
Yep, we're going to have some swag to give out. The only thing that you need to be eligible for said swag that we're going to be giving away is you need to be following us here on Twitch.
Hit that little follow button.
Yep, hit the follow button here on Twitch so that we can make sure that you can be eligible.
And that is anywhere in America, anywhere in the world.
Yeah, we're not held back by the rules, so we'll send it anywhere. So there's no specific requirements other than you be following our Twitch channel. So be sure to follow us. So let's see, not
just dog tags either, T-shirts.
Yes, we do have some T-shirts as well. Do you have that stuff nearby where you can show it on the camera?
Why don't you go ahead and take my headset off for a second.
All right.
You guys don't get this cool shirt.
While she's doing that, I'll go ahead and come over to me real quick while she's sorting through all the goodies over there. And she informs me that she's ready. So there is a NC T-shirt right there. We don't have any. Which one don't we have?
Vanu. We don't have any.
We don't have the Vanu shirt. Sorry, guys. Maybe we'll get some of those here in the near future.
I can show the TR one too.
All we have is a couple of NC.
We only have one TR shirt, and it's an extra large, guys.
We have one TR shirt, and it's extra large. You don't get to pick your size. This is all we've got. So beggars can't be choosers when it comes to swag.
Have the option to opt out if we roll and you do not have the size and you do not want the shirt. You can pick a dog tag.
Absolutely. You can opt out or pick a dog tag, and then we'll just move right on to the next person. Now, dog tag is something we have plenty of, so we'll begin giving away some of those as well. You didn't bring any of those in here, did you, by chance? Did you bring the China Joy one in
I have
here?
the China Joy one. You want
We will be giving away 1 or 2 China Joy dog tags. Those right there, which you cannot really find anywhere. Those are fresh from Matt Higby's desk. He rummaged through there and found those for me. So
I can also show the regular dog tags.
Yeah, I think most people have probably seen those at this point.
We can show it anyway.
Sure, why not? But we do have some of those as well. It will be your choice with those. We have no limit when it comes to those. So you can pick whichever empire that you prefer. Anyway.
Okay.
So where to begin? So as I said, we have all sorts of crazy stuff going on today.
Of course, I had to show all TR because, let's face it, they're the best.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that goes without saying. All right, let's see here. Let's see where to get started. So, as I said, we've got a couple panels today. The first one we have coming up is going to be the veteran panel. The way we're going to work these panels and special guests is we'll go away for several minutes, and you guys will look at just a random graphic and hear silence while we get all that set up. So you'll have to bear with us during that time. It's a requirement of the way we're doing things.
We have to juggle things.
I have many things to juggle. There's thousands
all I have
of things.
to do is watch the chat and do the giveaways.
Yes, and I am juggling all sorts of fun things. But so we'll go away while we establish the Skype channel or So we are using Skype this time. In the past, we've used Google Hangouts. So that's kind of adding a new level of complexity that I am not 100% familiar with yet. So I will apologize ahead of time for technical issues that we will most likely see during the length of this broadcast. There's a lot happening, a lot of things, a lot of wheels turning, and apologies in advance for that stuff. So I guess what we wanted to talk about just a little bit. One of the other things too on the giveaway. Basically, if you win it, what we are going to want you to do is click the little gear that's underneath the AGN TV, video window there. As long as you're watching us on the Twitch.
Most people that have used Twitch know how to send a message to
click
Twitch.
Send message, and send a message with
Should autofill as well to AGN TV.
Yes, it will. It'll autofill to AGN TV and send a mail or send a message with your mailing address and your name so that we can get those out to you.
And what you've won.
Yes.
So we're gonna leave that up to you guys. If you don't mail us, we won't mail it out.
You won't get it. Anyway, all right. So we were going to talk about just a couple of things that have been going on. So here we are, just a few days away from PlanetSide 2's release. It's going to be...
I think we need to do a little shout out to all the devs that are
absolutely.
working. I mean, awesome job. Everybody, round of applause for the devs.
Yay.
Been
Awesome
a great
job,
beta,
guys.
and we're really happy with what you guys have done, and you're listening to us. So we are gracious.
Yeah, we definitely are. It's been an amazing ride the past year. In the past several months in beta, you guys have made quite a bit of progress. Arguably, there's some things that probably still need to get down, but I think
that's where the MMO comes in.
That's where the MMO piece comes in. There's, it's not like you guys are going to release and just call it a day. So, I feel like there's been tons of progress made since tech test for sure, and since earlier this year. Jennyboo's cough still hasn't been solved yet, so
I'm working
apologies.
a cold.
Anyway, so this past year has been quite a ride for Jennyboo and myself especially. We've been out to visit with the devs numerous times, to the point in which I actually have no vacation time left at work. So that tells you how busy of a year it's been for us. We had a chance to go out to Fanfare. Oh, shit.
SOE Live.
I'm still calling it Fanfare, even though it's SOE Live, and I went to SOE Live.
So remember, guys, they're doing this every year. And they had tons. They didn't have a huge turnout for PlanetSide, but way better than last year's. So come on out, because we're going to be there. We're going to make every effort to be there. And
for sure,
you just want to hang out with everybody that you shoot in game or shoot, other people with in game. We really want to show. This is your way of showing Sony you support them, is coming out and saying we love your game.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And it's Vegas.
Yeah. How can you go wrong? The city never sleeps. It really doesn't, especially at SOE Live. So anyway, that was quite an event. We met a lot of cool people that are, a lot of cool PlanetSide fans. It was a cool opportunity to meet a lot of PlanetSide fans. I haven't really met that many other than those in my outfit. So that was a really cool experience. It was a blast. Sardis is an awesome dude. His guys they had more swag, I think, than Sony did. Out there, they had just crazy amounts of swag that they were giving away. They had bags and beach balls and all sorts of...
The pool was full of their beach balls.
Yep, the pool was full of their beach balls and the Sony beach balls, so that was kind of funny. But it was a great event, and I enjoyed it, and I hope to go back to those in the future.
And open bar at the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Totally worth that.
Bar. Can never go wrong with that. Let's see. Anything else that you want to touch
MLG.
on?
We were at MLG.
Oh, yeah, that's right. A couple weeks ago, right? 2-3 weeks ago? Had a chance.
It's all a blur.
Yeah,
really.
It really is. A couple weeks ago, we went out to MLG to help Sony to show off the game a little bit and answer new player questions about the game, in a live setting. We had 6 computers there, and we just hung out there and talked to fans. And, well, we did actually. Someone from Devil Dogs was there. Those guys seem to be everywhere.
They're always around.
They are always around. So that was a cool experience. We got to show off the game to people. We got to teach people how to play the game and get them introduced to PlanetSide.
Teach console gamers how to play a PC game.
Yes.
I think I had better luck with the 6-year-old than I had with the adults.
With the console players, right? Yeah.
Well, with the adults, just in general.
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, kids learn much quicker than adults do. I just get pissed off and rage and smash my keyboard. She can vouch for that. So that was a very cool experience.
That's why you have to order a new one.
Yeah, I'm totally getting a new keyboard. Well, mostly because mine's ancient, not necessarily because
Your
I
space
smashed
bar doesn't work half the time.
No, it doesn't. So we're going to go ahead and rectify that here in the near term. So Jennyboo's actually been doing a lot of streaming recently. I know some of you guys that are watching right now have actually watched her stream, and it's been pretty entertaining. She's been having a lot of fun doing it, and we are going to try and get a setup going so that we can both stream together during the evenings and probably during the weekends. That will probably be coming a little while after release.
Looks like I got some fanboys in the Twitch channel. How do you feel about that, Hamma?
Oh, that's fine with me.
There's enough of me to go around.
Yeah. It's about time you get some fanboys.
I don't know about that.
But
I try
you're not
my
sure.
best to entertain them all.
Yeah.
The feedback's been good so far.
Absolutely. It's been a cool show. I've enjoyed watching it. You're good at playing the game. So
Where do
it's entertaining.
Where do I stream? Right on this channel. So if you're
Yeah.
following, which you should be if you want one of those dog tags or shirts, then anytime we go live, it'll let you know.
Absolutely, yeah.
Hamma has tons of groupies.
Yeah, I have all sorts of them, but yeah, I mean, this is every stream that we do on this channel. This is kind of our main place to go. I will be streaming from here. She'll be streaming from here. Maybe in the future, other people will be.
It'll let you know in the description when we go live. We always change it to, what are we calling it? I called it Field Report. That's what our stream's going to be called, Field Report. I came up with that. I'm proud of myself. And it'll say in the description who is playing. So.
Yep, absolutely. And be sure to follow us on Twitter, too, because it also tweets out on there. Here's some of our information. Be sure to follow us on Twitter so that you can get notified when we do various things like this, as well as other streaming. So there's the info for you.
And don't forget to follow at PSUcom.
Yes, absolutely.
Please. Mm-hmm. That's the most important. And join our community. If you're not in our community, it's planetside-universe.com. Mm-hmm. We'd love to have you over there. Devs are always there looking at feedback, so your voice can be heard.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So be sure to come over and register. All right. Let's see. Is there anything else that we would like to talk about before we go and start putting together the first panel? I've got on here to talk about our concerns. I think we have made it pretty apparent what our main concern is about this game. I know I have.
The new player experience.
Absolutely.
This has been promising. Mm-hmm. At the last couple patches, they brought in new player tutorials for map inserts. Mm-hmm. So.
Yep, we've got some tutorials in there.
My heart feels a little better.
We've got a first kind of. We've got a couple of static tutorial screens, and then we have the new intro when you first log in, and then it drops you into the middle of a fight, and you're instantly killed. So, not a fan of that particular piece of it, but it is a start, and it's good to see that stuff coming. And I know more of it is coming. The mission system, really, in my opinion, is the key here. I think that will make it so that the new player experience it'll make it a little more structured for somebody who's used to a regular shooter. Whereas on the flip side, if you want to get more out of the game and start to experience it on the PlanetSide level, that opportunity is there as well. And then you can start setting missions for people who don't.
I do have an idea, and I know the devs are listening. When you do an auto squad, when you hit that insert button and you're on a continent, it should, you should have a feature where you can auto squad to the continent you're in, or it'll put you in like the hottest fight. Because a lot of the times, even if I'm just like streaming and I want to join a squad, and I hit insert and I want an Amrish one and I'm on Amrish, it puts me in like an Indar one. And then I'm like, I don't want to go there. I want to fight here. Yeah. So I want to have that capability somewhere in the squad, even if it's in the squad tab.
Right.
Not so much for the noob, but for me.
Right. No, that's a very.
I don't know
suggestion.
how hard that request is.
It's probably extremely difficult. I have no idea. I'm just guessing on that. Notice that you're like, you don't have to look at me.
I like looking. I like when I'm talking.
All you can do is look at the camera.
Look at the camera. Hi, guys.
Right there. They're the ones you're talking to. Not that I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at.
We have 91 viewers right now, Hamma.
75 screens. Yes, we do. So those are
and only 72 of them are eligible. Come on, guys, follow us.
Indeed. Well, does it show you that? Are you refreshing? Is it showing?
Yes, I'm refreshing.
Well, it's only that. So some people will watch and not be registered, so they won't show up in the chat. And so you have to be registered on Twitch and sitting in the chat room and seeing the chat in order to be eligible to win something. So we'll come to that after the first panel. We'll do a giveaway. We'll do it kind of in between panels. just as we finish out the panel, we'll give some stuff away, and then we'll bring in the new panel, and then we'll, do the panel, and then we'll give some stuff away at the end of the panel, and blah, blah, I don't need to explain it. I think you guys understand. All right, so that's kind of the main things I wanted to talk about, just me and her, as well as one more thing, I guess. Our AGN Instant Action recorded, our recorded YouTube content. That's something new that we've been doing, and the feedback has been pretty good. So I encourage you guys to follow it and give us any suggestions that you have on the content that you see there. We do a lot of different things. It's mostly just me. Jennyboo's been in on, I think, one of them or maybe two. So
I want to help with the instructional videos.
Absolutely, which we'll be doing soon. So you'll probably be seeing more of her on that. But be sure to follow us on YouTube. PSU Media is our name. And, you'll get all of our fancy PlanetSide 2 content right as it's released. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go to a graphic. I'm going to put together the Skype chat, and we're going to get the veteran panel started. There's a couple new faces on there, and there's also a couple of old faces. So it should be an interesting discussion. It'll go on for about an hour or so, and then we'll move on to the new player.
We will take questions from the chat.
Absolutely.
I will let you know when to start asking those questions.
Yes.
So let's get it started, Hamma.
All right, let's do this.
Time for a bathroom break. I'm already ready for one.
Nice. All right, guys, we'll be back in just a few minutes with our first veteran panel. So just sit back and enjoy the static graphic screen while we do our thing over here behind the scenes. We'll see you in a few minutes. All right, everybody, Hamma here, Araxis Global Network. We are back, and we have our first panel, which is a panel of PlanetSide veterans that are joining us. Bear with me while I figure out the Skype shenanigans. Not too familiar with it, at least in the group sense yet. I've always done just single calls. So anyway, so we have a few veteran guests joining us here. I suppose we should kick it old school and introduce the first person that we always introduce first.
One of my favorite people in the whole wide world.
So we have Basti here with us. Say hello, Basti.
Jenny, you mean me?
Of course, I mean you.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Anyway, Basti, long-time PlanetSide player from Vanucorp. Always been with the VS because VS are awesome, and CNTR, especially NC, suck balls. And shouldn't be even in the game.
I would agree with that.
All right. That's it? That's all you got? All right, we'll move on.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Grey Wolves with us.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Grey Wolves. TR. Don't listen to Basti's Danu propaganda or whatever. TR is the best faction. That's what you want to join. Got the best weapons, fast firing, best headshots, whatever.
I can get behind that, for sure. And next up, we have... how do you say your name? Is it Strixon?
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome. New guest here on the Araxis Global Network. So go ahead and say hello.
Hey, yeah, my name's Strixon. I'm playing for the new conglomerate, the one where all the people that have skill play. So that's kind of who we are. And I play with an outfit called Clan Magnus Legio, and we kind of like to rock the map on US East.
All right,
well,
awesome.
Welcome. And welcome to Higby and Arclegger, who are in the channel right now.
Hey,
Twitch channel.
Indeed. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started here with a couple of... I don't have any major topics. I just have a couple of kind of high-level topics, and we can kind of go on from there. We're going to do this for about 40 minutes or so. So the first thing that I have is concerns. So Jen and I mentioned our concerns at the beginning of the show. I was curious if you guys have any concerns for release of the game, or in the near future, just whatever. I mean, it can be any concern. So do you guys have any that you're really worried about? Go ahead and just start talking, and I'll nab you. Wow, you guys have no concerns?
Well, one of the concerns I was kind of curious about was like different kind of gameplay mechanics. Like instead of capture and hold tug of war, if we were going to get something like a capture the flag kind of mechanic, or a something else like King of the Hill maybe, or just something where it's different than capture to hold. Because you play for a while, that kind of gets old over time because you just sit there and go hold the points and rinse and repeat. It's something that was kind of one of my concerns.
Okay.
A lot of people
Yeah,
are saying LLU gameplay. And the Twitch.
Yeah,
agree.
having some more diversity to the game would definitely help. But as far as concerns go, there's not too much I'm concerned about. I think the game's pretty much ready for launch. Obviously, there's some things they can expand upon. There's some things they can do better. But, I mean, like you guys said with the new player stuff earlier, like, there's definitely a little bit more that they can do, some more that they can do to expand upon getting the new players in there and getting them to get to the battles quicker and understand what's going on in the game.
Cool.
Well,
Basti,
for
Basti, you're
me-
quiet. Go ahead.
I don't have any actual concerns. The game is good. It runs good for my several-year-old PC, which is just a Q9550 overclocked to 2.4 GHz and a GTX 570. And it runs stellar for this machine. And the game is good. The game is fun. I just played a bit in the last day, and it was clearly ready. It's going to be a blast on release. But yeah, I would also like more capture mechanics
Mm-hmm.
at some point,
Cool.
maybe.
So you have an older system. Have you noticed a lot of? Has it come a long way since Tech Test? You were in Tech Test, right?
Yep. Tech test was about the same I have now for performance. It went down after tech test
Really?
to the point where I couldn't play it, and then slowly went up. And now it's just stable and good. I'm never going under 20 FPS these days.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And I have all those fancy physics effects,
Right.
which are absolutely good.
Yeah, they are pretty awesome. I didn't get a chance to install the latest NVIDIA beta drivers, which apparently have some more goodies in there. I'm just going to tweak one of my settings here real quick while you guys are sitting here. Live broadcasting for the win. Always something to change and
Someone
update.
said something about ask someone to do the old Herbert voice. What is that?
I have no idea what that means.
I think someone in the channel someone in this stream knows. He's laughing.
I have no
They
idea.
want me to do my Herbert voice from Family Guy, the old man.
Go ahead and do it then.
Nice.
Give
Yeah,
the people
the
what
hell?
they
Why
want.
not? Why not?
Hey guys, welcome to PlanetSide Universe. It's time to get some popsicles.
Okay, that's awesome.
That is pretty good.
I can't say we've ever had an impression here on the Reaxis Global
Everybody's
Network.
like laughing hysterically in the channel.
This is the first time for everything, I guess.
Clegg liked it.
Oh, that's awesome. Classic.
Too bad my camera's all messing up. Looking a
Yeah,
little bit better.
your camera's freezing up a little bit on us. Can I actually bring myself up on the... I was going to show you guys our crazy setup here. You guys can actually see us this time for a change. Usually that wasn't an
The
option
Twitch
in the past.
people
The
can't
Twitch
see
people
us.
can't see us.
But this guest can see us.
Yeah, for a change. It used to be that nobody would be able to see us except for the stream itself, so that's cool. All right. Cool. Any other concerns? Or do you guys want
We
to move
got
on
40
to the next
minutes,
thing?
guys. We don't have to.
I know, right?
You know,
You guys usually have a lot to say.
Basti never usually is quiet.
Basti, anything to say?
I love the game. The game is
Yeah.
perfect. Shut up. Next panel.
Just be quiet.
Yeah, like as far as,
quiet.
taking the game, as far as like concerns for it, like the core of the game is ready. Like the core of the game is pretty much fleshed out. There's obviously there's more that can be expanded upon, but that's what like the rest of the game's life is for. Like we're obviously going to get more stuff in the future. We're obviously going to get a lot more fun stuff to do. But right now, as far as like the gameplay goes, everything's set.
I would agree with that. I feel like it's come a long way, and I don't think it's 100% ready for release, but I do think it's in a state where it's pretty solid. It plays fairly well, and it is an MMO after all. So,
And the new player experience, they're starting to address those issues, which were,
yep.
in my opinion, one of the most concerning things, especially being at MLG and seeing just the common person. I mean,
Yeah.
these aren't people, they weren't people that don't know how to play FPSs, so, and they were having difficulties.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, as I said, it's an MMO, so it's going to be forever changing. It's not like, they're going to release it. And let's be honest with each other, too. I mean, How many games have come out recently, MMO wise, that have actually, well, even freaking just regular first person shooters that have actually really been ready? I mean, the Battlefield games come out and they're in like some crazy state that aren't finished, in my opinion.
Or you play and you're like, why did I spend $60 on this piece of junk?
And hey, PlanetSide's free, so there you go. Or PlanetSide 2. Well,
I plan on
PlanetSide 1
spending
might be
lots
free
of money in
someday,
PlanetSide 2. In fact, we've already spent lots of money.
Yeah, I can't wait for the to start blowing some station cash on stuff next week.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Oh, yeah.
I'm tired.
Station.
What's that?
10k station cash just ready.
Nice.
Alpha Squad just ready, and getting a subscription as well.
Nice.
Take my cash, Smith. Take my cash.
We haven't heard anything about the membership and when that's going to become available. Maybe we can get some answers to that later in our special guest panels.
321's trolling me in IRC.
321's always trolling. That's what he
Sony
does.
has not given me free station cash. I
No,
have paid
actually,
for
they
every
haven't.
bit of station cash.
Nope.
Although, why hasn't Sony given me free station cash? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, we have. Well, we got they gave away some at SOE Live, and we got some of that.
Those were
but-
in our swag bags.
That's right.
Everybody gets those.
Oh, okay.
So-
Well, then there you go. So we didn't get anything for free, station cash wise, anyway. All this random swag you're seeing, however, I didn't have to pay for. So props to SOE for hooking us up with that stuff.
Say we took some for ourselves, maybe. But the majority of it's going to you guys.
Well, we only have about 700,000 dog tags to give away.
We
so.
do. We have. I don't have the number.
It's a lot.
A lot
It's
of dog tags.
So we'll be giving away dog tags here on the AGN for a while. All right, let's see.
Also follow our stream days too, because I gave out 10 yesterday.
Indeed. So the next thing I had on here was, what do you guys think about the initial metagame stuff that's been going in? You guys?
I
think
think it's a pretty good. I think it's a pretty good step in the right direction. I don't remember exactly what everything is off the top of my head, but I know at least one of them kind of seemed kind of sketchy. Like it was either not worth it or too worth it. I don't remember exactly, but
the health regen one.
that might have been it.
Yeah, that was kind of the one everybody kind of freaked out about when they saw it. So that was probably the one. There was a lot of discussion about that one.
Like it's gonna take. I think it might take a little bit of time to get all the metagame stuff adjusted correctly, to like everyone actually motivated to kind of move across different parts of the continent and fight.
Mm-hmm.
I do think they're going in the right direction, starting to give the bonuses, starting to give the continent bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
Already the different empires are pretty much choosing which continent they want the most and focusing on that.
Yeah, one thing I have noticed that at some point happened is that one empire seems to pick a continent and then they just sit there. And so the populations are unbalanced on each continent right now. I'm not really sure what caused that. I guess maybe it was the continent lock or the benefits, but the other empires won't bother to go there and kick them off. They'll just go sit on another continent that they can capture the whole thing of. So that's a problem that they uncovered with one of the recent changes. Hopefully they're working on that. But, I mean, it's been like that almost ever since. You log in to the server and each continent is almost fully owned by an empire, and the populations are just totally out of whack.
So what are you guys' opinions on the resource cap? Do you think that's a good cap that they have it at now, or do you think it should
Talking
be...
about the 750
Yeah, the
resource
750 number. Is that a good number?
I think it's good. I think it's good for right off the bat, and even in metagame, just because when you're going into it, 750. If you're surviving even a little while, then you have more than enough time to kind of come back in and get another galaxy or get another, whatever vehicle. I think it's good to limit it to keep people where they're on the infantry, so you don't get huge, massive swarms of tanks all the time, and so you can kind of keep it where it is kind of a balance between vehicular and infantry battle. So I think it's a good balance, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the cap is pretty decent, but like right now, maybe it's just like my individual experience. But right now, if I log in, I have like 750, and then I might pull a tank or pull a Sunder or something, and then I'll go in, I'll play for a little while, and I'll go back and I'll have 750 again.
Yeah, I like to load up on grenades right when I log in.
Yeah, me too. That's what I do. C4 and grenades.
So personally, I think I gain resources a little bit too fast. But like, obviously, if I like pulled a tank and immediately blow up, like I'll be down a little bit, but the cooldown pretty much like keeps me from spamming that tank pulling over and over again.
Also gives you time to save those resources up.
Yeah.
So.
But right now I kind of feel like I'm getting resources a little too fast, but I don't know. Like other people, like newer players or something like that, they might have a harder time gaining resources. Yeah. I'm not sure.
I've seen situations where it does hurt me, but I can count those on one hand, probably. And it's usually because the continent is not owned by my empire. So they don't feel as tangible, I guess is the word, as they should feel. I agree with that. On the flip side, I asked Higby about this at SOE Live, and I think you guys, I don't know if you guys remember or not, but he said they toyed around with making each vehicle cost your full resource cap so that you would... Now that kind of scares me. That's a little too far, in my opinion, but... there's a point in time where it's not fun anymore, and so they have to find that delicate balance. I don't think it's quite there yet. I think they could go a little bit more in the other direction so that it's a little harder to get resources. But maybe some stuff that they have planned in their long-term plans, like maybe we'll be able to harvest resources or something like that, kind of like an ant that you set up, and drill into the ground and gather resources or something.
That's not like a huge target for air.
Yeah, well, exactly. You've got to defend it. So, I mean, maybe that kind of stuff is in the pipeline. Who knows? But that type of stuff would make resources more tangible. You'd feel like you'd have to fight over them a little bit more rather than just sitting there and holding on to a random outpost,
Yeah, and if they had something like base defenses you could upgrade too. Say like you upgraded a turret to like the land turrets where you can upgrade it to where it's got more defense or more damage or something like that, so you can make your defenses even stronger would be really cool too.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, like giving us more stuff to spend resources towards might be the right balanced decision in that aspect. Because right now, like base defenses and stuff like that, that's actually like a really good idea. They go down pretty quickly. They could do something where it's like a number of players need to put in resources into it to like try and get it up. So more people might be interested into doing that. And people who don't want to do that, they'll just keep having enough resources to pull whatever. But other players who want to spend their resources will run into like those little roadblocks with like, oh, do I upgrade base defenses or do I pull a vehicle and stuff like that?
Yeah, and they had talked about some of that stuff too.
Was that engineer stuff?
Yeah, engineer-related stuff. Maybe they'll have some empty turrets around that people have to put stuff on, or maybe they'll make it so that you can change some of the turrets as an engineer if you move into that.
It would be good to use a resources system for that.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. And maybe that's something that they have, in the pipeline, so who knows?
I think the resource system will be interesting once we have 6 continents and get the continent-to-continent metagame. Because, I mean, right now everyone just has to use only 33% of the continent and get loads of resources.
Yeah.
But if you start pushing onto another continent and you have nothing at the beginning, you may end up losing all your resources and not being able to pull tanks before your empire has enough stuff to get more resources. On the other hand, if you keep pushing and eventually almost have the full continent, the defending empire is just like crap out of luck. No resources for them, no capability of defending, and the continent is gone.
True.
It makes it hard to push out, for sure.
Yeah. Awkward silence.
I'm sorry, I cut whoever was talking off. Go ahead.
Nothing like a little awkward silence on the live broadcast. We're not professionals or anything, so we can be awkward if we want to. That's how we
right
roll.
now we have 173 people watching us.
Hey, everyone.
Hey,
Thanks
everybody.
for tuning in to the Araxis Global Network here today. We have a captive audience today because nobody can play PlanetSide 2. Hi, everybody. I know.
Remember, guys, we're doing giveaways for the new people that join the channel. If you are not following our Twitch channel and are not logged in as a registered Twitch user, you are not eligible. So
yes, be sure to log in. Register for a Twitch account if you don't have one and you're watching right now. All right. So does anybody else have any thoughts on some of the initial metagame stuff that went in? Any concerns, thoughts, flames, comments, praises?
Flame away. Flame.
Yeah. Flame.
Flame. All right.
The auto heal. Take it out.
Ah, yes.
Take it out, really. That is awful.
I haven't played enough since they put it in to notice how much it affects things. How quickly does it regen? Is it really fast or?
It's slow. It is slow, and you would assume that it doesn't really affect you, but it does in some cases when you have like no medic around, and instead of being like just whatever, go home, get yourself healed, or just screw it and go in, dying, guns blazing, you're just sitting there for a minute, waiting for your health to go up, and it's just amount of people
I don't know.
I've seen just sitting in corners waiting for the health to regen. That's annoying.
I don't know. I think they could do it a little bit. I think they could do it a little bit differently, but I don't think they should take it out. You know, it kind of raises the infantry survivability a little bit and kind of pushes the fight a little bit longer. I would much rather see like not even necessarily a slower or faster, but like just implemented in a different way, and just so that way, you know, infantry are more effective, because infantry are really effective if you coordinate and you do work right, if you do work correctly. But at the same time, the game is about, you know, right now it's about numbers. It's about who can get in there and get it done the fastest, and having a survivable infantry, having a survivable Zerg be able to go in there is a big key. And I'm NC, by the way, just saying. But
Oh, you are?
yeah, but
Didn't you ask for a VS dog tag?
no.
I quit.
Can you fix it, Hamma?
I'm not on the fly, so you're gonna have to pretend. I'll give you somebody else's dog tag.
He's an
Or somebody-
infiltrator today. He's
There
an
you go.
infiltrator.
Now you're Roy Awesome.
Okay, I'll fake like I'm VS, and I'll just cry about stuff.
who's
No, I'm
not
just playing. But no, I think that the health regen, I think it could be done differently. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think I play strictly heavy assault. That's all I play. If anybody watches my stream, it's like that. It's all heavy assault. I do a tank here and there, but literally, it's all about, you know, you gotta have your survivability. You gotta know how to get behind cover, and sometimes that little like run up there, fire, run back, and just heal up a little bit, even if there's no medics, is crucial to a push. Is crucial to a fight, and can be the turning tide. You know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I mean, that's just my take on it.
I don't like the health regen personally. Kind of like what Hamma said, I haven't really tested it out enough to really make a conclusive thought on it. But like as a medic, like there's enough times where it's like I heal someone the last bit of health or something, I like don't get any experience or anything like that. Or and most people I do heal are like people that have been running around without health for a while, and I just run into them in the battlefield. I do think that infantry should have an amount of survivability to be able to be like more versatile and stuff like that. But the health regen thing, it gets kind of annoying, and I think it kind of gets into the I mean, not annoying, but I'm not exactly sure what.
Just kind of a pain.
Yeah.
Well, for the medic player, it does for sure.
Yeah. But,
yeah, I'm all for giving the support classes, engineer and, you know, medics more points for actually doing what they're supposed to do, doing, you know, helping out, being that support class. I'm all for that. I'm all for making it, instead of 15 experience, making it 30 experience. Just because support classes are, you know, the lifeblood of any assault. You have a Sunderer, you don't have any engineers healing it, it's down. You don't spawn anywhere, the infantry is screwed. You have your tanks going, you don't have engineers in there repairing stuff, you're screwed. I mean, you don't have medics healing all your infantry, you know, you're kind of just screwed. And if you don't have the support classes, you're kind of, you know, heavy assault and light assault are only so good. It's kind of like you're handicapped if you don't have those two, you don't have those guys on your back. So, I mean, I'm all for that, but I also want to, like, make sure that, you know, if they're in the absence, you're not crippled either, you know?
Yeah. But that's another thing about being like crippled. Like if you're rolling as medic and there's not like people around to actually heal, like then all you're doing is just shooting people. You're not really using the class's potential. And if people are like just straight up dying, like running in or something, or if they're like running around and just running away from you, that like I got that before the health regen thing came in. I'm trying to heal someone, they're just running away from you. I'm like, come back, let me heal you.
Yeah.
But it's like if people like are just running away to get like regen or something. I mean, if I'm a heavy assault or something, like I'll like just run back and sit somewhere, and just try and stay back in general if I'm like damaged. But
oh yeah, I run back whenever I need help or anything like that too. I mean, like most organized outfits, they have people that play medic and people that just love playing medic anyway, and they'll just run around. They'll keep organizing. It helps the push and it helps the outfit and stuff like that. But I mean, not everybody wants to be in an outfit right off the bat, and I just don't want those people to get scared off initially, you know? That's my thing. I want to make sure we have a huge player base to play with, so I have more targets. I mean,
yeah, in solo
Exactly.
play, you are pretty limited in what you can do right now.
yeah.
And how often do
another
you
thing-
have like a medic in a random pug that's gonna stop and heal you? You
Yep.
know?
Exactly.
For me, it's every pug.
Yeah. Well,
But
I've been in plenty where I've called for medics and they just run past me. So
yeah, that's another thing. Some medics like aren't even. Some people that play medic are just medics so they can heal themselves. Like they're not even healing other people.
Yeah, they just triage, spam, and run around and stuff like that.
Yeah. But another thing I wanted to get into about like they kind of ties into the metagame having health regen because you have the like self heal kit, the health kit that you can get on infantry. I believe it takes up the grenade slot or it takes up its own slot. Can't remember. But
It takes up a slot. I don't recall
yeah,
which
it
one
takes up
either.
a slot.
Mhm.
But,
Yeah, the heavy assault it takes up the squad beacon or the C4 for the heavy
utility.
utility slot.
Someone
Yeah,
said
it takes up the utility slot.
Mhm.
I believe that costs resources to get, kind of like grenades. So if like people don't actually need to use that, then that's another thing that's kind of like not being used in the metagame. Like people aren't using their infantry resources to get one of the items that are in the game because they don't need it. It effectively becomes obsolete if people are regenning.
True.
true. But at the same time, people like to regen faster. Like, I mean, I like to play fast, hard, just get in there and get in the mix. And sitting back and hiding behind a corner and waiting for, come on, let's just sit here, let's read a comic book real quick while my health regenerates. That's not gonna do me any good. Like, I like to jump in there.
Right.
It's a lot of most people do. So I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, if the health regen was faster than it already is, I mean, I would still probably use the medical kit if I didn't like my C4 or my heavy assault. So, I mean, it's just like one of those things. So that way, I mean, I see what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. I understand. You just want to make sure that the medics are more and more viable and stuff like that in combat. And I just want to, not be, gimped by needing medics. Is my point. Is my
Yeah,
thing.
there's definitely some kind of like middle ground that you have to meet for different play styles. Like you don't
For sure.
want to force like players that want to play like you, like go fast and rack up kills or whatever, like move more fast pace. You don't want them to have to stop and get healed or whatever. But you also don't want to make your support classes less useful.
For sure, yeah, you got to find a good middle ground, like you're saying, because you got to appeal to enough people to have a good player base where people aren't quitting because they have to play too fast, or people aren't quitting because they're getting bored because they have to play too slow. So, but I think where they're going with it is really good because you can see people that are like, I just want to kind of chill and play slow today, and they're able to do that. And then you have people that are wanting to go in there and just shotgun around like they've smoked a cereal bowl full of meth or something, and they can go and do that too.
Whoa, that sounds.
So-
Whoa, whoa, hey, whoa, nice. It's funny you mentioned that. Well, actually, not drugs.
Meth.
It's funny you
What?
mentioned
Where
the.
are you going with that one,
It's
Hamma?
funny you mentioned drugs. I have some right here. No, you mentioned the comic books. I was joking around while we were out with the dev team, and they showed us the water for the first time, and I was like, you know what? You guys totally need to put in like a beach chair of some kind so that I can set up here on the side of this water and just sit there and watch it all day long. I think that would be awesome in this game. I mean, or an inflatable raft that I could just throw in there and float down the river. I'm joking, by the way, everybody. Don't rage at me. I don't really want that stuff. Somebody shoots your raft and it deflates and you've got to buy a new one with station cash. It sounds like a perfect opportunity to make some money.
I was disappointed when there was no beach resort hex to take over. Or to that, I had this whole fantasy built in my head of like forcing my outfit to take it, and then just be like, all right, guys, go do your own thing. I'm just gonna chill here.
I'm just going to hang out, guys.
Axis.
I don't have time for you today. I'm just going to sit on this beach and drink a margarita. That's how I'm going to roll. That's what I'm going to do all day. Oh, yeah.
That's what the whole war is about, just getting that one vacation spot.
Right. I mean, we need a goal. I mean, what's the end goal in the game after all if it's not just sitting around hanging out, Add some crafting in, we could make a new chair. Sorry.
Oh,
I just want to roll mage is all I want to do.
Oh, man. Classic. All right, let's see here.
people are saying emotes. They need to add emotes.
Oh, yeah, we don't really have any
I have a
emotes,
feeling,
yeah.
guys, that they're not in there, but they will be something you could purchase.
I think we're probably going to get some base emotes at some point. And
Yeah, bring back Vivi.
Cabbage
Slash
Patch.
Cabbage Patch.
Cabbage
Yeah,
Patch.
that
you
needs to
need
come
that
back.
And the
On topic
dance.
of emotes,
Celebrate a victory.
Yeah.
on the
Slash
topic of
teabag.
emotes, we need those V voice macros back.
Yeah, that's what I think. I really think that they're going to
Well,
come
they're
out
sort
with some
of
sort
there.
of macro package where you can like purchase it in the store to customize.
Yeah.
I would pay for it.
I think everybody's probably going to get a base level of some kind, and then there's probably going to be like add-ons that you can pay for.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I can see that.
But yeah, I mean, it would be nice to have emotes back because they were funny. I mean, how can you go wrong with your, just dancing around in the middle of a war zone? Can't go wrong with that.
They won't do a teabag emote, guys. They won't.
I hope not.
Oh, that's sad for me.
You don't know that.
I mean, I don't do that.
Clegg
No.
totally showed us. I don't remember if Clegg showed us, but Clegg was involved with this. He said that even better than doing that is when you die, you shoot your gun up at the sky because it's shooting at the death cam that's floating up above them, so you just keep shooting at them. Now that right there is way better than teabagging, in my opinion. It should totally...
It's like one last, aha, I got you.
yeah. Take that! I'm going to shoot at your invisible camera.
That'd be cool if they did, like, if you were holding the gunfire down, whenever you died, you just kept holding it down and your bullets kept going out and you would still hit stuff. That'd be pretty cool.
Next thing you know, they're gonna add a like death cam kills or whatever. You stand over someone's corpse, shoot up, and then you kill their death cams, get 50 points.
That would be rather amusing.
I could murder you right now for even thinking about that.
He's like, you know what? I'm out of here, guys. Well, I'm out of here. We've fought hard enough against the death cams already. Haven't we finished that battle? God, I hope anyway. I'm actually really happy with where it ended up. And they took a lot of our feedback very early on, even before Alpha. Even before anybody was in the game, they took our feedback and changed that. So that's really cool. Anyway, any other concerns? We've totally gone off topic. We talked about the metagame of a beach resort and doing
Metagame.
as well as doing drugs and setting up patio furniture.
This is why you had extra time.
Yeah, this is why we always have
Someone
extra
said,
time.
speaking of the friendly indicators don't always pop up. Has
Yeah.
anybody else noticed that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I get weapons locked because I just nuke somebody and I don't even stop because I don't see blue, so I kill them anyway, and then it's
Yeah.
bad.
The Doritos, as we call them, are not showing up properly. I'm sure they know about that. I find it hard to believe that they haven't experienced that themselves. So, but yes, that happens to me quite frequently. It seems to happen more often than when I'm in an aircraft, but it does happen all the time. So, anyway, any other thoughts on metagame?
I know we took a galaxy on top, or we took a senator on top of a galaxy to a tower last night before the servers went down with Laperza. That was pretty fun.
Oh, I was watching that stream.
Yeah.
That was pretty entertaining to see all that crazy
And
stuff
she was
going
dropping drop pods on the
Yeah.
VS characters.
Yeah.
And they were all like, what the?
The funny thing, and I was hoping she would do, well, unless they change this, they may have changed it. When she flies around, or when they fly around in that kind of observer mode, that's actually a vehicle that is invisible. So if you're in that observer mode, you can actually hit people with it.
She should have run a bunch of people
So
down.
I wanted her to run people. I wanted her to run people over and like push them off the tower and stuff, but she wasn't that mean.
Get
Can you
roadkills.
hit
That'd be
it?
hilarious.
That's why I don't have. What was that?
Can you hit it? Can you hit the observer?
I doubt it. Maybe, I don't
Oh,
know.
I want to try and stream snipe it now.
You're like shooting it. I know it's over there. Just shooting in the sky during the broadcast.
Yeah, exactly.
People are like, "What are you doing?" Just look at you shoot rockets in the air, nothing.
I'm not over there. Yeah, I don't,
Watch the stream, see if like a rocket flies by on their camera. Be like, all right, they're heading that way.
yeah. They may have improved it. It may not be a vehicle anymore, but it was one it was one in at SOE Live because we got to actually see her using it.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty neat. It's actually
I love watching battles like that, like from above.
the cool thing is when they spawn it, it's called Vehicle 1337.
Yes, that's right.
That's the number of the vehicle, at least
Sounds pretty elite.
as it
The
was then.
Leapmobile.
Anyway, what's that?
The Leapmobile.
Yes, Leapmobile. Yes, because she could have totally like mowed about 8 people off the top of that tower last night. That's what I wanted.
You know
to
why
do.
she didn't? Because they were VS.
Oh, that's right.
That's
Neither had
why.
Galaxy. She was VS though.
Yeah,
Dev bias.
Dev bias. I'm calling shenanigans on that. All right.
What's the next topic?
So the next topic is kind of an interesting one. I think we've kind of a little bit covered on it, but we'll go into it anyway. So do you plan on playing PlanetSide 2 for a long time? And has it met what your expectations were before, like, over the past year? Expectations have been really high for a lot of people. So I'm curious if it met you guys' expectations overall. Who wants to go first? Don't all jump at once. Basti's going first. All right, like a boss.
To be fair, and well,
We're not fair on this broadcast.
PlanetSide 2 actually exceeded my expectations.
Oh.
I mean, I wasn't expecting much.
You sound
really.
surprised.
I am, because it's a difficult game to make, having 133 players on one continent for each empire, and that was PlanetSide 1. Doing that with 2,000 players, I didn't expect that to happen. Not at all.
Yeah.
And they just did it. And it just didn't do it like PlanetSide, where you had all these compromises you had to do to actually make it work, but it actually feels like a real first-person shooter.
Mm-hmm.
It is a first-person shooter. It plays like a first-person shooter. In fact, it plays like any other first-person shooter out there. And it still has 2,000 players on the continent and loads of vehicles and explosions and whatever. And a gigantic map. I didn't expect that to happen. Not at all. And it just happened.
I can agree with that.
Better than some first-person shooters, I would think that the gameplay... Nothing has matched PlanetSide. That feeling. I get that feeling in the game that I got in PlanetSide 1. But it's modern and new, and the guns feel good, and the gameplay feels good. And
yeah. I mean, I would agree with that. I didn't think it was possible to make it work. And they have made it work. And they've made it work fairly well. There's some issues, but hell, those issues are pretty marginal considering what they've accomplished.
I think props to them for coming up with their own Forge Light engine.
Oh yeah.
The engine alone is a feat in itself.
Yeah. I mean...
Those code monkeys are crazy. Absolutely crazy. Nice job, guys, really.
Yeah, Cycles is actually watching right now, I think. Isn't he?
Hi, Tom.
Hey, Tom, how you doing? We're still going to charge you for that ice.
I heart you, Tom. Are you putting my screen up? He's got to see my heart.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm totally...
I heart you.
Oh, there you go.
I heart Tom.
Oh, how nice. That's awesome.
Okay.
We actually got to sit around with him for a while.
He's like
one
of my favorite people, Tom.
The stuff that he does and the tools that they have to be able to optimize the game are really impressive. Not many people get to see him, so it was cool to be able to experience. Anyway.
Cycle McDerp. That's not cool.
Oh, that's just
someone.
Mean. That's just mean. Anyway. So anybody else, related to the original question, who wants to go next?
I would say that PlanetSide 2 has definitely met my expectations and exceeded them by a bit. And I think right now the game can only progress further and get even better, which is really great. I really love the feeling of like running through the game sometimes. Like, it's crazy because sometimes it feels like you're playing like a first-person shooter, like campaign, like a story mode, where you're like running through and then like a vehicle blows up in front of you. And all this crazy stuff is happening. You would almost think it's scripted, but it's not. It's like actual actual vehicles blowing up around you. It's like all this crazy stuff happening.
Yeah, it's fun.
Like go ahead. If you're playing, if you're me, you're like running through there being a total badass and stuff like that. So it's just insane, and it just feels amazing.
It's funny that you mentioned that. A couple of the times when we were at MLG and we were showing people the game, they would start running around and they were looking. One of the people was like looking at some dude and he's like, is that an NPC? And I'm like, oh no, everything that you see running around in here is an actual person. Like there's no.
People, that just like I'm pretty sure I saw a lot of people's minds blown.
Oh yeah, we blew a lot of minds. There was some smoke.
They're like,
well,
how many people are on a map and how long does the match end? I'm like, the match doesn't end. Well, what do you mean? I'm like, it doesn't end. Like, it's persistent. So it never stops. And I was like, well, if they do a patch and they reset the server, I guess it technically stops.
Well, it stops for a little while and then it starts back up again.
And they're like, so how many players? Like, 16 a map? I'm like, no, like 2,000. And they were just like blown.
Yeah, I mean,
that just I love all that about the game, and I know earlier I said it's like a little hard for like players to solo a little bit because a lot of the game is like getting in an outfit and working together. But like to me, that's still like the best fun. But even when I've been soloing, and I've been soloing a lot recently, like I've had moments where it's like I did really affect the battle, well, like just by myself by like moving into a flank while everyone else was like pinned down somewhere, or but like me and this other guy, we just happened to be like wandering in this area, and we took this tower, and it was like pretty cool. And later on, that tower ended up being a like last stand while the VS were pushing us. And it was pretty cool knowing that everyone was able to fight there and defend that location because we took it.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Yeah, something with PlanetSide that's you're not going to find in any other game is it's not like the sheer scale of it is awesome, but it's also you can find any type of fight you want. You can find a little 2-man taking a tower fight, or you can find like multiple outfits working together. Like last night we did Operation Phoenix, CML hosted it, and we did 5 outfits, like Black Arrow, Sturm Grenadier, the Ascended, and WMD guys. We all organized and like just kept steamrolling the continents, just huge battles, and it was just epic the whole time. It was really cool. And then you can go off and run off and go have like a little 2 outfit, 2 squads, go and you hit this place against 2 other squads, and just like you can find literally whatever you want. If you play World of Tanks, you can jump into Vanguard or any kind of main battle tank and do what you want to do, or you can if you play World of Warplanes, or you play like aircraft, there's aircraft for you there too. If you like sniping, you got snipers. There's every game in PlanetSide, which is what PlanetSide has that no other game can even touch. So,
yeah.
And I mean, the developers, I mean, and plus, like, I've never seen any game. I've been in lots of beta tests, EVE Online, World of Warcraft, all that stuff, and the developers never get this in tune with the community. They don't listen this much. They don't ever come in to touch base and nothing. And I mean, just the sheer openness the developers have. I mean, like, developers are in this. This isn't a PlanetSide hosted thing, or this isn't SOE hosted. This is the PlanetSide universe, and the devs are here listening, taking part, and being buddies. And you don't find that anywhere else. And I think that's one of the big things that for me blew my mind, because simply just that is that's just above and beyond in my opinion. So.
I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, I've been floored for this past year about just the interaction that the dev team has with the community, and devs of all levels. I mean, you get game designers, level designers, all the way up to the CEO. I mean, like, all interacting with the community all the time. Not to put game designers at the bottom, but you guys know what I mean, right? I mean, everybody
at the bottom.
Clegg's like, "Damn you," and he just quits out and leaves. But
You're important, Clegg.
But everybody, I mean, everybody is interacting with the community, and there's, I mean, it's not the whole team. The team is like 100. I think it's like 100 people or something ridiculous like that.
A lot of devs do watch, but don't say anything.
Yep, absolutely.
They're just reading the feedback and kind of hiding in the shadows and giving that opinion
like ninjas
to whoever they need to give that opinion to, which I imagine would be Josh or Matt.
Yep, they're lurkers.
They're lurkers. They lurk, and they like to stay hidden.
All right, so we've got...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I've seen multiple times in my stream when just see, like, all of a sudden, like, T-Ray would just leave. I'd be like, like, you just say, T-Ray has left the channel. I'm like, wait, what? Or, like, I'm just like, that was sneaky. Like,
yeah.
And he's just sitting there watching. And, like, it's funny because it's, like, silent but deadly. They're just watching, and, like, that they're getting information with everything. Like, Higby used to run in squads in the mornings, and I would jump in with squads with him every now and then. And he would just play differently, because he's not, like, he's enjoying himself, but he's, like, doing it so he can learn what's going on, so he can see what's going down, so he can see what needs to be tweaked and worked on. And you just watch it, and it's like, you're just like, what is he do? Is he just bad at games, or like, what's he doing? And it's just that he's just trying to check stuff out, So it's really cool.
He's actually pretty good. We were watching him at SOE Live. He's actually pretty good at playing when he gets right into it and starts actually playing. But
yes.
What was that?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, he is pretty good at the game for sure.
When you have admin powers, you can't really lose. No, I'm just playing.
Well, he wasn't hacking, but it was funny because he was playing at SOE Live and he was running around in snow camo on one of the green areas of Indar, and so everybody was just shooting at him, and he was doing pretty good. It was I was impressed. He plays the game pretty well. So, all right, so I've got I've got one very quick topic, and then one that's not quite as quick, and then we'll move on to a giveaway, and then the next panel. So that was quick. That time went by quick.
I'm guessing the quick one is the last one.
Yeah, this is the last one.
Can I ask it?
Yeah, but we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Can I ask it when it's time?
Yeah, we'll allow
Okay.
that. We'll allow that.
I want to help.
So the next question is: so what do you guys hope for future content? So we know they have a couple year plan or 2 or 3 year plan or whatever it is. What are your
10-year plan?
800-year plan? What are your hopes for some of the things that maybe we'll get to see in those plans? First,
I think you could fill an entire show with just that question.
All right, so pick one thing.
The top thing for you right now.
Okay, let's start with continent metagame. Artillery, the Ant, outfit bases, space, naval battles, undersea battles, maybe?
That's not one.
Well, I have a list here.
He just wants lots of water.
One subject.
People said
all
caves.
Caves.
He's
Yeah.
covering one subject and it's new content.
Don't ever say caves. Never say caves or BFRs.
What do I really want next? Besides what's coming, what we already know about is continent metagame, continent to continent pushes to make the game truly be PlanetSide again.
Mhm.
And then outfit bases.
Yeah, that's gonna
I
be
want to build
interesting.
my own base. Paint Basti on it and that's my thing.
And then
Go away.
everybody will come and
We're not
blow it
welcome.
up.
Higby's mentioned that
No.
before.
No one
Basti will
come
just
on.
make this like one wall that you can't destroy, and it'll just have his name on it, and that's his base.
It'll just be a giant block. It'll be a compassion cube or something like that, and it says
Yeah.
Basti on the front. And it says, I hate you.
Yeah. And I will close the doors. No one can get in there.
Somebody's
My
I would just
complaining.
make Burger King and then not give anybody any food.
Somebody's complaining our opinions aren't diverse enough on this show, because I can pick what everybody's opinions are going to be before they come on. That's a skill that I have. I can read minds. I'm not
Yeah, we
sure
all
if you
actually
guys
have
were aware of
quantum
that.
computers.
I
And we're all
I
blind.
specifically only picked you guys because I knew that you would have very similar opinions. That's me.
Well,
Be,
that's
that's me
opinion
being
about
100. That's me
about it.
being sarcastic. In case you guys haven't caught on to that. Anyway, the way these things work is people apply and then they come on. If they have similar opinions, then that's what they have. They have the people. Everybody has an opportunity to come on the show. If you don't sign up, then you can't be on. That's how it works. Anyway, next up, Grey Wolves. That's all you.
I'm looking forward to seeing what new content they introduce, like new content, new. Hold on, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, like I want to see like new content, like new continents and stuff like that. And I'm really interested in seeing like what stuff they're going to add, like if they're going to add like an urban continent or anything like that, or if they're going to add like more stuff. I mean, I'm just interested in seeing what they add really,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to see like more social mechanics, like more stuff in the social aspect. Like they kind of have it a bit, but I really like what squad listing was at the end of PlanetSide.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested in seeing something like that return, where you're able to like list your squad and just be like, tell your outfit buddies to just join that squad and not have to worry about random people coming in, or if you want random people to come in, they can come in. And like Jennyboo said with the auto join stuff, like I'd like that to be expanded upon as well.
Cool.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I'm excited to see what they do with the player studio. Like, I want to see if you can make like a graphic to throw on your Sunder that says "shock and awe" across the side or something like that. And you can put on the market for like 5 station cash, and then you get half of that, and Stoney gets the rest or something like that. And so you can kind of push that the creativity, and we can kind of get some stuff going with that. I think that would be exciting. And also the outfit ownership. I think that is going to be one of the biggest cool things. But there's one thing I am scared of. Adam Clegg, our Clegger, said. One time he goes, we're not doing PlanetSide 1 style BFRs, and he said PlanetSide 1 style, but he didn't say they're not doing BFRs. So that kind of scared me a little bit.
Oh, there's Clegg.
I think he's trolling, guys.
Clegg is stirring the pot. He's
Come
always-
on, Clegg.
It was on a Twitter. It was a tweet or whatever.
Instead of like, reintroducing VFRs, just buff maxes or something.
Clegg
Yeah,
just
it's
said in
gonna
the
have
channel what it's happening right now.
I
in
don't
all
know what's
caps.
happening. I don't know. I'm scared.
He's
Oh,
busy,
man.
busy sucking up to Higby. He's like, "Hey Higby, so your hair's really cool." So just playing.
Classic. Oh man.
That's exactly what I thought when he said, "Who's my favorite Dev? Higby? Suck up, suck up."
Oh man.
And if I can add another thing,
Sure.
when I was using the in-game Twitch streaming, which is like really awesome, a Twitch employee came into my stream and I talked to him for a little bit.
Oh, that's cool.
And he said right now that he's working on something like a webcam kind of thing, like being able to add that in. So I'm really interested. I'm not sure if that's going to be for PlanetSide or not, but I'm really interested in seeing if they expand on that or if they're just going to keep it like a plain and simple, but like meat and potatoes kind of thing, just standard streaming.
The Twitch guys are currently working on integrating chat, the webcam stuff, as well as some other fancy tools.
Cool.
They are going to blast this entire feature to the sky, really. They have tons of good stuff planned.
It is really neat. I don't use it myself because it hurts my FPS, and I have this crazy ass setup here that you guys can see.
We have a separate have a separate computer just for streaming.
So that's how I do it. I tried it, and it's really neat that it's built right in. It makes it so accessible. I've been disappointed that I haven't seen more streams on Twitch because of it. There's always streams, but there's never really that many. I'd like to see more. And maybe it's just that people don't know the feature's there or something. I mean, I don't know.
I would never use the webcam feature myself because I make funny faces when I game.
I do like dances and stuff like that. I look really ridiculous, so that's why I'm like trying to watch what I'm doing now, so I don't get all goofy faced. And Hamma's like, "I recorded this." So I'm like, "Oh no!"
Well, it is recording, so it'll be on YouTube. So be prepared.
But the thing with the Twitch thing, I used it for a while, and the one thing that I didn't like about it is that like no matter what you could do, the quality just still wasn't that great. I couldn't get it to a good enough quality where it was like, where it was kind of like a subpar quality. I don't know how to say it. It just was kind of very blocky, blurry, and like no matter how high I got, people on my stream that usually watch it are like it's a lot lower quality, which I think is just a matter of tweaking it a little bit.
I'm sure. I know that's why we use a capture card when we do our streams. Because
I know what you're saying. I noticed that too when I was testing it. So, all right. So one more topic, and
that's my question.
And it's Jennyboo's topic.
How much station cash do you have stockpiled?
10K.
10K.
Mine is the Facebook app station cash at 2,500.
Nice.
Oh, I got that as well.
What about you? This is embarrassing, but I don't have any station cash
Out.
That's not cool.
I just haven't had that much money recently. I have like a $500 check that I'm gonna be clearing. I'm gonna probably spend like half of that on station cash.
Mm-hmm. How much do we have?
I'm just saying that to redeem myself.
I think we have each of us have 20,500,
something like that. Somewhere
when he buys some, he has to buy me some. It's double.
It's triple.
We went in on that triple weekend and we got I think $50 worth, which ended up being $150 worth. So
I had a buddy who spent $150 on that weekend.
Nice.
So he's gonna just buy the game. Basically, he just unlocks everything.
Yeah, we have.
What's the cap on the station cash?
50,000, I think.
Yeah,
I believe it's 50,000. Yeah, 50,000 and $300 at a time or something. I don't know. The limit's ridiculous, so it's not. I won't hit it. And the prices actually ended up being cheaper than I had anticipated. So I'll be able to buy lots of stuff. Of course, there's going to be a lot more things that will get added down the road. So what's in there now is not what we're.
I'm just going to buy the stuff that I don't want to work for right off the bat. Skyguard.
Nice.
Just the stuff that's in the cash shop right now was in beta. Like the masks and stuff was really cool. Even it was like I was like, man, station cash. Oh man, it's already all gone.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting stuff like that. So that'll be cool. All right. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us for the veteran panel. We'll be doing more of these in the future. I know we slowed down for a while.
We've just been so busy.
Yeah, we've been pretty busy.
On top of the whole year with all the stuff going on PlanetSide related, and we also closed on our house this year.
Yeah, we also bought a house.
Really busy.
And I'm also
And we didn't get divorced.
No.
When we bought that house.
And I'm also in the process of going for a job that has more responsibility where I work too. So that adds even more fun to the shoutcasting. Wow, that was old school. The video casting that we've been doing. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming on and joining us. I'm gonna go ahead and hang up on you. I hope you don't mind. It's nothing. It's really
Guys,
nothing
keep
personal.
watching though.
Yeah, be sure to
Listen
keep
to
watching.
what the new players have to say. Heckle them a little bit in the channel.
Yeah, heckle them.
See you guys. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Clanlegio.net. MagnusLegio.net.
Nice. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining us. Network. And we have our new player panel thrown together with some duct tape and silly string. Oh, yeah. That's how we roll around here. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead, and one of them does not have video, so you won't be able to see him except for his scary avatar image. Maybe I won't put it up because it scares me as well.
Well, now you got to put it up because I can't see it.
Oh, that's a good point. You can't.
I want to see the scary avatar.
Isn't that unfortunate? You can't see it. All right. Anyway, so first up we have Poison Taco joining us here, and go ahead and say hello. Introduce yourself.
Hey, Poison Taco. Been playing PlanetSide 2 since the beta started, so I guess you can kind of call me a noob, but hey, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm with the outfit, well, we're Madcast Gaming. We play a bunch of other games, and we've decided to get into PlanetSide 2. So we got a lot of new players.
Awesome.
A lot of people who didn't even hear about the game until we started getting into it, so.
Very cool. All right, that does make you a new player. Most of the people on the other panel have been playing since the very beginning of PlanetSide 10 years ago, so that you're definitely a new player.
I would have been there if I wasn't 12 when PlanetSide came out.
That's a good reason. Next up, we have Firewater joining us. Go ahead and say hello.
Hey guys, what's up? My name's Firewater. I'm with the Vanu Sovereignty outfit, the Sentinels. Good bunch of guys. I've been playing games since I was 16. I've been doing competitive gaming since Star Siege Tribes, but I just recently got into PlanetSide 2. So looking forward to this panel.
Awesome. Okay, so the questions that we have, or the things that we have. Oh, what am I doing? I didn't even let him introduce himself because he doesn't have video.
Fail, Hamma.
That's what you get. But we have. How do you say your name? Is it Tsubaki?
Yeah, Tsubaki. Just call me John. John right now. My real name.
Tsubaki. Okay. Where did? Oh, it's not letting me bring you even. It's not letting me bring you to full screen. So there's just him, a little square with a scary avatar. Go ahead and say hello and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, what's up? My name's John Rayner. I go by the name Tsubaki in games though. Yeah.
All right.
Which empire do you play? Have you chosen?
Terran Republic.
All the way, baby. TR for life.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Indeed. And we'll go ahead and get started here. The topics I have are a little bit different. We've got right around 40 minutes, probably under 40 minutes, because the first panel of guests, special guests, will be awaiting us on the flip side of this. So first of all, thanks for coming on to the Araxis Global Network. It's good to have you guys here. We like to have new players on, and actually, this is the first time we've really done a new player panel. So
we really appreciate you being our test panel for new players.
Yes, indeed.
And we hope that this lets everybody in our community know that the new players do have a voice, guys.
Absolutely. They most certainly do. All right, so the first question is kind of self-serving, related to...
Self-serving.
It sort of is, because it's been my thing that I've been really harping on a lot. As a new player, when you first picked up PlanetSide 2, how hard was it for you guys to understand? Did you jump right in and off you went, or was it difficult to kind of understand what was going on? So you guys can go one at a time. Just go ahead and raise your hand. Whoever wants to go first, raise your hand. Oh, I can't see your hand.
Troll.
I'm trolling. All right, Firewater, you can go ahead and go first.
I'll just go last. We'll make that easy for everyone. I'll just go last.
Okay, all right, we'll do that from here on out.
In terms of a new player experience, I found that it was kind of confusing at first. Like I kind of understood a little bit of basics of PlanetSide. I did play for like a few days, so I kind of understood like the warp gate and all that stuff. But kind of getting into a group and getting into like a major battle was kind of a chore for me my first couple hours of playing. But I kind of still hammered at it, and it got easier as I joined an outfit and then kind of moved along from there. But as a new player, it was very challenging to kind of get into the game and really kind of experience like PlanetSide 2 and all of its like awesomeness, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Poison Taco?
I played a few days of PlanetSide 1 right before the beta started. I didn't even know PlanetSide 1 players were getting in. I just checked it out because I had never got a chance to get around to it. So jumping into PlanetSide 2 for the first time, I'm mostly an RTS player, mostly a strategy game player. So the first thing I did was open up the map. I go, okay, here's the territory I have. Here's the territory I want. How do I go get it? I've got all these resources. I was able to pick it up rather quickly. Though my experience with my outfit and my friends playing the game, once they get in, some of them are completely lost. And one thing that's been a challenge is trying to just get them orientated with the game so they can just get into the battles and have a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's really hard, I think, not having someone to direct you as a new player coming into a game like PlanetSide. It's very vast, and there's so much going on. It's confusing. And I am a vet, and when I first got into the tech test beta, I was like, where do I go? I know the premise of the game, but it was, that was my first opinion. I'm not a new player, so...
The other thing, too, is when you have your squad out there and you're fighting, you get someone you threw a beta key to, and they log into TeamSpeak, and they're like, okay, where are you guys at? And we're in the middle of a huge fight. They're like, okay, how do I get there? And we're like, get to the warp gate. Where's the warp gate? How do I get to the warp gate?
Right. Which goes along with that whole tutorial and new player experience. And, what was it? The mission system being so vitally important.
Well, for a lot of the new players we had a few people coming in the last week when they implemented the new player experience. We had people who were brand new and they wanted to join us. As soon as they logged in, they got dropped down, they got killed. They had no idea what they were doing. They were in a squad with random people they didn't know. They didn't know how to pull up the UI to leave the squad. They didn't know how to join up with us.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so it's my turn now. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
It's funny. There was another awkward silence there, and Jen was staring at me, which nobody else can see. Here I am. I'm operating our social media machine at the same time as we're doing the show. So, go ahead, sir.
All right. PlanetSide kind of came natural to me. I'm kind of a complicated player myself. I came from games like EVE Online, so staring at Excel sheets all day, no problem. And I definitely love PlanetSide too. When I jumped in there, I definitely got into a galaxy right away. Started, picking up troops, going from base to base, capping points, and it also really helps that I had a buddy of mine from TeamSpeak who actually got me into PlanetSide too. Originally, got me into the tech test. Goes by the name of Namen. He's been playing since the PlanetSide original in beta. So I basically had someone to hold my hand the entire time if I ever had any questions about the game.
Cool.
That's about my experience.
That's about it. That's about all you
Yeah.
know. Cool. Awesome. So that kind of, EVE Online is hardcore, so I can see why you wouldn't have so much trouble getting into the game for sure. I've played that, and I've tried numerous times to give it a chance, and I always just bang my head up against my desk, usually within about 2 days, and end up quitting. But yeah, you guys kind of reinforced what I've been saying for a while, for the most part, that it's hard to get in and figure out what the heck is going on. So that's cool. Is it cool? Well, maybe it's not cool, but it is interesting to hear it from your perspective. So, anything to add to that, Jen? No? Yes?
No, because I accidentally reset the roll thing again, and I'm trying to figure out who won.
This is why we can't
who
have
are the winners,
nice
guys?
things.
Tell me.
Can't
I have to
have nice
uncheck
things.
them. I'm failing. Okay, no, never mind. I remember.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
good, I'm
okay,
good.
we're good? All right, we're good. Okay, moving right along to the next particular topic. So what were your first impressions of PlanetSide 2? I'll keep going through kind of the way we went through the last time. We'll just keep up that rotation so that there's less confusion going on. So what were your first impressions of PlanetSide 2 when you first got into it, Firewater?
I thought the graphics actually were really impressive. I run PlanetSide 2 on 2 different machines. I have a gaming laptop and also a desktop with a pretty decent card. I got a GTX 570. It's a little outdated now, but I was able to run the game both fairly smoothly on both of my machines. I think the architecture and the landscapes look great. I think the bases are a lot of fun. It reminded me a little bit of like Battlefield 1942, Battlefield 2 kind of style with like the capturing and whatnot. So that came kind of pretty intuitive to me. It's just I thought it was like just really like immersive world. I really felt like I was on Araxis, and the developers did a good job of representing that for me.
All right, cool. Poison Taco, go ahead.
When I got in, I was thoroughly impressed. As soon as you step out in the warp gate, you go and you look, you see everyone gathering together, rolling out. You see how amazing the game looks visually, and you ask yourself, wait, this game is free? And once I was able to put some time into it, I started having a lot of fun, and it's probably the best shooter I've played since Battlefield 2142.
Cool.
So, reminded me a lot of 2142 in some aspects. You know, you had the Vanu hover tank. There's a hover tank in 2142. You have the drop pods and all that sort of fun stuff.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Go ahead.
All right. My first impressions of PlanetSide 2 was the first thing I was really impressed by was scale. That's kind of something that I don't think a lot of games that try to go for this kind of thing actually get right a lot of the time. Like, I played Battlefield 3, but things never felt like they were to scale, like it was actually a really big conflict, going on forever. Something like I would expect from Eve. But even in Eve, you don't get scaled that very often. You can't tell how large some of these things, like how big these bases are and stuff, because you're in space. So with PlanetSide 2, though, I mean, going up next to something like the biolabs and just seeing how tiny people are and just how amazing the game is, and you have thousands of people playing at once, it was just really amazing. That's something you don't get out of many games, and that's something definitely that drew me to PlanetSide 2 originally.
That's kind of what got me too, is that with the scale, it feels like a massive RTS game, except all the units are individual players.
Yeah,
that's true. It does have kind of that feel to it for sure. I mean, you've got all the different you got air units, ground units, and I've never heard it described like that, but that does actually make some sense. Cool.
Yeah, I also definitely like the specializations with certifications, where players actually get to fulfill a role within a squad. So you're not just some other soldier. You're actually a specialized pilot in whatever, or soldier or whatever you do. So that's also something that really definitely caught my interest.
Cool. All right. Let's see here. What's next? Another one that's oddly self-serving. But it is my show, after all, right? I get to pick the question.
I see the question.
So what do you guys think? What's your overall impression of the PlanetSide 2 community? What do you guys think of the community itself? Silence.
Loaded question.
Awkward silence. The answer is you love it, or you're off the channel. I'm just
honestly,
Please don't put me off
Seriously.
Skype. Don't do it. No, in all honesty, I think the PlanetSide 2 community has been pretty strong, not only from like a fan site perspective like yours, PlanetSide Universe, but also the devs have been pretty accessible. Higby and T-Ray doing like the command station or command center show on their channel, which is pretty awesome. It just seems like with Twitter and the forums and everything, they're pretty accessible. Anytime like a question was asked, at least as far as I've seen, it's been answered within a reasonable amount of time. Higby and Smedley have been pretty good on Twitter. I really have no complaints. They're accessible. They answer questions in a reasonable amount of time. They listen to community feedback, especially with regards to station pricing as of recent for in-game skins and items and things like that. So I mean, they're listening to the feedback. They're not always going to agree with what the community wants or can do what we ask for, but they're going to give us a fair say, at least as far as I see right now.
Cool.
So are you going to go with the in-game community or the community we see outside of the game?
Let's just say that-
you can
yeah.
talk about both
Just
for
the
sure.
community.
We have time.
Okay.
Overall.
So I find when you're in-game, players are a lot more willing to work together because you're always on the same team. You see a lot less griefing than you would in other MMOs and other shooters. I mean, there's still some griefing, but you don't see a lot of it. You don't see people intentionally ruining everyone's day. So there's a lot more camaraderie. There's a lot more people who are medics who actually understand their medics and they're actually healing each other. There's engineers who understand that they have ammo. If you ever played Battlefield 3 and you try to ask someone for ammo, they just look at you funny. It's like, what's ammo? They're holding it in their hand. Outside of the game, I find at least there's a very good vocal minority who have been pushing for a return to more of the roots of PlanetSide 1. maybe a little bit too much. It's like, come on, guys, this doesn't have to be a carbon copy of the first game. Let's enjoy what we have. But overall, pretty good. The devs have been great. Players have been great.
I would agree. I would agree with that statement that you just said. A lot of our vets they come off like they want the same game, and they do want some of the aspects of the same game, but they come off too strong. Because let's face it, guys, we love PlanetSide. It was ahead of its time, but it wasn't a huge success for the company. So, and let's face it, gaming companies are in the business to make money and have successful games. So, that's why we're really pushing for on our forums to have positive, constructive feedback. So if you're going to have an opinion, have
a constructive
opinions.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
There's no point in attacking, or, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. And we're all PlanetSide lovers, and we want this game to be a success so we can all play it for years to come together and build this community into a great community.
Agreed. And I'll echo that. I mean, there have been quite a few circumstances
Change
where
is not bad.
It's like, oh, we need this random PlanetSide 1 feature, and if PlanetSide 2 doesn't have it, then it's not PlanetSide anymore. It's like, there's some things that's the case with, but for me personally, overall, this feels like PlanetSide to me. There's a lot of things from the old game that are just not applicable anymore. I mean, that was 10 years ago. It's not like it was last week or something. And we've had a lot of changes to the FPS genre since then, and it's just that some things had to be changed to make it more accessible. Some things had to be changed to make it workable. And a lot of the things that the community, the PlanetSide 1 community, was asking for from the beginning are starting to actually show up. Things like base benefits and stuff like that. So they are listening. And, as long as they don't go 100% back to PlanetSide 1, then, I'm happy. I think that a new game with aspects of the old one is just perfect for me. I'm happy with that.
And again, I say change is not a bad thing, people.
No, it's not.
No, we want the community, our PlanetSide universe community, to be a community where new players can feel like they can come and voice their opinions and not feel like they're being belittled or attacked.
Yeah, and I mean, the veterans are a very important piece of the community, and they need to stay around.
They've been there for us.
They've been there for us, and they've been around for a long time. I'm not asking you guys to, all of a sudden decide
not
to
say anything.
Stop giving your suggestions and stop saying. All I'm saying is that be constructive about it. That's all I want. That's all I want. It's not much to ask, is it?
No more QQing people.
Anyway, moving right along. Go ahead.
All right. So Nerf Max. This is when I start my segment off with that. Thank God.
Nice.
Something I've been vocal about, and I'm glad everyone especially SOE has been really good about handling stuff like that. For going for betas, I guess, and tech tests, the community is really good. But I think there's a lot to change when the game actually launches, because usually communities change vastly from their beta community to free-to-play community because a lot more people join. But I hate to compare this to Eve, sorry, don't burn me at the stake for this, but this is a really, really great community. When in-game, even though the communication system isn't that great, the in-game VOOP, it's really hard to hear people over the gunfire going on all the time because you can't change the audio sources. So, when you're playing with headsets, you have everything coming in from your headset, so it's hard to separate that. But I found people really easy to work with. They were willing to help you out. I had a guy that actually drove all the way from a biolab to come pick me up at the warp gate. It was awesome. I was like, great. So I definitely have really, really good things to say about this community. It's really amazing.
Cool.
Not to mention, you get those guys in the galaxies who do nothing but sit at the warp gate, wait for them to fill up, and they just take new players off to the front line.
Yeah,
I've seen that a lot.
Mm-hmm. For sure, I have seen that as well. All right, let's see what's next. What is next?
I don't know. I don't
know what's next.
I'm trying not to.
Oh my god!
I'm trying not to refresh this Twitch dashboard.
Why do you keep hitting refresh?
I don't know. It's something I do.
That's automatic. I've done it before. I've written up a long news post on PSU before and refresh, and it's gone. So it happens to the best of us. All right. So this actually is the same question from the last panel, but it's applicable to both of us. In your opinion, so far, do you plan on playing PlanetSide 2 for a long time? And has it I wouldn't say hasn't met your expectations because you guys may not have even knew it was coming until you randomly heard about it. I guess maybe explain where you heard about it and if you plan on playing it for a long time, or if it's going to be just something that you're only going to play for a short time and kind of get your fill of and just quit.
Well, for me, it's definitely, as I'm 30 now. I'm not a lot younger than I was. It's very difficult for me to play games competitively now and put the amount of time it takes to be or try to be a top player. It's just not reasonable for me. So what I've been doing is that I think PlanetSide 2 is a great way to mix my FPS skills and abilities with the kind of like being able to log out and just be comfortable with it, because the battle still goes on and continues without me, and then I can log back in when I can. For me, I spent a fair amount of money on station cash, so I hope to play this game for a while. Just kind of like I got amped about it when I saw and I heard about it I saw some YouTube promotionals. It looked pretty cool. I was kind of skeptical about it because the first PlanetSide I had some challenges with the shooting mechanics, but it looked like from those kind of like promo videos that they've made it to more like a more modern shooter and a little more shooting mechanics, a little less MMO, which was something I was looking for. So I think that I plan on playing it for until the servers shut off, or I just get sick of gaming in general.
Awesome. All right, Poison Taco.
Okay, there are 2 MMOs I always wanted to play, but I was too young to play them when they were in their prime. Those MMOs are Dark Age of Camelot and the original PlanetSide. I found them out as I built my first PC and started getting into PC gaming. And as soon as PlanetSide 2 was announced, I'm like, done. I missed out on original PlanetSide. I'm getting in this one. So I have to say, I've been following it. I've been looking forward to it. I'm having a lot of fun. So I'm probably going to be playing this game for a while because I don't see anything else coming close to what PlanetSide 2 has to offer.
Cool. Awesome. All right, next up.
All right, I guess I heard about PlanetSide 2, like I said, from my friend Nama, and I've been following it ever since then. That was I want to say almost a year ago. Now that I've gotten there and I've played around with it a bit, it's definitely a game that I see myself playing for a long time because I feel myself I can fulfill a role within a larger battle within a larger universe, other than these instant battles like in other games that try to kind of pull off the aspect of teamwork. You don't really see many games really do that very successful like PlanetSide 2. So I definitely see myself sticking around here a very, very long time, as long as they keep maybe adding stuff to the shops, or maybe I don't want to say they should add new vehicles or anything like that, or maybe new certifications. As long as they just keep improving the game and making it better, definitely.
All right, so this question actually didn't make it on this list, but how much station cash do you guys have? You mentioned
log in and find out.
Nice.
I think I have about. Let me just check really quick here. Got the dual monitors. That's why I look to the right there.
Nice. Yeah, I've got 65 monitors.
Too many.
I know. I don't even know why I'm talking about that. I have 21,500 station
nice.
cash.
That's somewhere around what we have, I think.
Yeah, we're at 20. He has 1,000 more than us.
Yep. What about you guys?
You don't want to know.
So 50,000 then, or 0?
You're capped.
Okay, 30K.
30? Yeah. Okay.
That's not too bad.
And Tsubaki?
Man, I feel left out. I feel like the poor guy now. I only have 12K. That's only because so we had this triple station cash deal for one day only.
Yep.
I think it was the 6th or something.
Yeah.
That's when we bought ours.
Yeah, that's when we bought the majority of
about
ours.
$50 a piece.
Yep.
Yeah, I almost missed out on that because of Hurricane Sandy.
Oh.
I got power back that day, so.
Oh, wow. All right. Looks like Smed's plan worked out in the end. That's why he delayed it.
No, I really do appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Smedley.
Cool. All right. Okay, so the next one's kind of an interesting open-ended question. If you guys could make one change to PlanetSide 2 as it is right now, what would that be?
Personally, I would add more social areas in the game. I think that add more of an MMO appeal to it, even though I'm a big shooter fan. Leave the combat as it is. That's excellent. But I think as for an outfit recruitment tool, as well as an ability to see your own skin, because you can't go into third person in PlanetSide 2, I think that would help with sales for skins and kind of cosmetic items as well. And then you could have kind of like a lounge / role playing area I think that would be great, again, as a recruitment tool and for ability to kind of RP a little bit, and I think that would help out a lot.
Cool. Poison Taco?
I'd personally like to see some sort of return to the sanctuaries, like one central place where your faction could get together and roll out. I mean, that's one thing the PS1 vets have been asking for, and I kind of agree. I mean, with the way it is now with the 3 different continents, your faction is kind of spread out. It's really hard to communicate across the 3 different continents and try and get people over to your side. And I think if you had one centralized push from one location, it'd be a lot easier to move out and capture one continent that another faction completely owns.
Especially when they actually get the warp gates functioning again.
It's funny that Sanctuaries took this long in the cast to come up.
I thought for sure it'd be brought up with the vets.
I thought Basti was
but the new people are bringing it up.
That's cool.
And the ability to actually bring a vehicle with you to another continent, that'd be nice too.
Yeah, I think that'll I think that will probably happen.
I know they have plans to have the warp gate working, functioning.
I mean, they did say that that little panel that you use right now is temporary, so we may get the old school warp gate back, and where you can drive a vehicle through it. I hope anyway. That would be cool, because sometimes my outfit's like, all right, we're moving to the next continent, and I'm sitting here, I've got a galaxy. I'm like, okay, well,
I gotta
throw
let
this
me
away.
Unlock this and give it to someone else.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we do. We just leave it
That's
there.
what I
unlocked.
do. I'll leave it unlocked and yell to everybody, "Hey, open!"
It's like a bait
Skyguard.
car.
They should make it so if you deconstruct your vehicle in friendly territory, you get a lower cooldown and some resources back.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I've seen that suggestion before as well.
I don't know how difficult that would be, but
I don't know. Probably extremely difficult. I always say that because it probably is. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Anyway, Subaki, what would you change?
So assuming this idea is any good, I think I heard about it before, but more depth to outfits. Like, I'd like to see, I don't know how to describe this really, other than allowing outfits to kind of do more, like have maybe their own bases. I don't think the game is big enough for that, or maybe giving outfit commanders something along the line of natural selections to commander elements, where they can actually deploy resources onto the battlefield, like straight up to the battlefield, or stuff like that. Just more depth to outfits. I really know how to go more in depth into that.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense, and I think that they probably have some plans to take things a little further there. I would guess it's probably something that's in the 20-year plan. I know I keep changing the number. It's probably, I think it's 3. Well, first we heard 5-year plan, and then we heard 3-year plan. Maybe we'll get to ask that a little bit later on in this broadcast. Anyway.
Are you hinting at our special guest?
Anyway, so that's kind of it that I had for questions for you guys, and we're actually ending earlier than anticipated.
We could take some questions from the Twitch chat if you wanted to.
We've got about another 15 or so minutes. Does anybody have a topic they want us to talk about on the chat?
For sure.
Or do you guys have any specific items that you would like to bring up before we call it a panel?
Feel free.
So what additions do you guys want to see?
Putting me on the spot. He's turning the tables on us.
Well, everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't think about it at all. I'm not good at answering.
No one ever
questions
asked
on the
Hamma
spot.
what he wants.
Nobody ever asked me what I want.
Especially me.
No, right?
I'm looking at the chat. Doors.
She's not
tunnels.
She's
hallways.
oh no, come on. No, let's not do that anymore. I'm not getting into that conversation. What would I like to see? I don't know, man. I want my deployable galaxy back. That's what I want. I don't.
Glorified taxi driver.
I know that's kind of a small
right
thing
now.
to want in the grand scheme of things, but
not for a galaxy pilot.
my
it's not a
galaxy
small thing.
sucks. I mean, I fly it around and drop people off, and then
Bye, guys. Have fun. I'm gonna go park behind this mountain and not die.
And then I've just got to go sit somewhere and sit around
and not get any resource or not get any XP for the cap, or because you can't land that beast in the middle of the cap, it'll get killed.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost worthless. It's a literal taxi. I mean, that's what it is right now. It's a taxi. You're done with it and you throw it away, and that's pretty much all you can do. And if you want to keep it, then you have to. If you're not just shuttling people from the warp gate, if you were just playing solo and you were shuttling people from the warp gate, sure, you could go back and pick people up and just do
yes,
that.
Dave. Galaxy gunship.
But if you were in an outfit like I am, and you're bringing your squad there and dropping them off, then your sole purpose in the game is for your outfit at that point. So that means that I'm just sitting around with this galaxy. I'll go hide behind a mountain. I just want it, if it deploys, then I can at least get out and participate in the fight. Because the deployment mode was buffed quite a bit in comparison to, undeployed mode. And the gunship thing is a good point. I didn't get a chance to try the grenade launchers and all the different customizable weapons on the Galaxy during beta, so that's going to be one of my first purchases when I go into release. Maybe the grenade launchers will make it so that I can fly around and keep a couple people in my Galaxy and actually make it useful. I'm not holding my breath though on that. I don't think that that's going to do the trick for me. I think that I really need deployment back again. Anyway, that was a long drawn out. That's one of the things that I really want to see. What about you, Jen? Huh?
I'm just saying thank you to GJ Friendly for saying he likes watching my stream.
Oh,
I hearted him. Heart.
Okay, all right, I see.
Everybody likes to see me play.
Yay!
No, I would love. What would I love to see? See, I play everything, so it's kind of like asking a kid in a candy store what they want the most when there's so much sugar.
Well, I would go for the chocolate. So that was an easy answer.
Well, yeah, you would, but you're like a keep my meat and potatoes separate kind of guy. I'm like, I like the chicken pot pie with everything mixed together, so I can't really.
Well, I want chocolate.
Come back to me. All
right,
I'll think about it.
You better think about it.
I'm watching. You're giving me a hard time.
What about you guys? My name's not Jennyboo. Go away.
I want to see artillery.
That's
Yes.
And I want to see it done right. My favorite use of artillery in a shooter was Battlefield 1942, way back. And what they did there, I'm thinking of going back into 1942 and taking video just to show everybody. But what you did was you had the recon class or the scout class. The sniper had binoculars. Now, when you use the binoculars, you would zoom in and you right-click. You're essentially phoning into your team. Now, anyone in the vehicle, like the artillery vehicle, or there's the battleships on the water maps, they could answer that call that the sniper is sending out, and they could see what they're seeing through the binoculars. So they'd fire indirectly, and they could adjust their shot based on what they're seeing. So you had that whole teamwork playing into it. But I want artillery.
Oh,
Okay.
you know what I'd like fixed?
Well, that's not what
It's
we're
not
asking.
really. It's not
I'm
really
just
the topic. But as light assault, when I'm on a roof, I can't shoot. It won't let me shoot straight. The reticle shakes, and it's not like I'm on an uneven surface. It's like when I'm on flat surfaces. I don't know if they realize that it's broken, but it's broken. Sorry, I'm raging. Continue.
Honestly, what I would like to see, I'd like to see faction-specific, Galaxy equivalent and Liberator equivalent. So, for example, the Vanu the Scythe would get their own kind of like Vanu-specific bomber and Vanu-specific air transport, as well as the other factions as well. Give it a little bit of different flavor, give it a little bit of a different uniqueness. I kind of don't like that factions kind of share weapons, especially with the VS, because all their weapons are laser-based, and then I use like a lightning tank, and I fire a bunch of ballistic rounds. I think that even with the Liberator too, you have ballistic weapons on there. So I think that making it specific to each faction and catering to those strengths. So for example, the TR would have the fast rate of fire, the NC one would be beast, and then the VS is kind of like better accuracy and things like that. Mm-hmm. I think that would be excellent, and I think it would be great for PlanetSide too. If it's all possible. I don't know if it is.
Okay.
Someone said more types of hacking, network hacking, and programmed AI and robots.
Robots? Oh, God. No, let's not bring up that topic.
I brought it up.
My brain hurts.
Hamma says no. It's his show, so
thinking
I'm
about
go
the debates
on
that would come out of that, just my brain hurts.
I'd take sentry turrets.
Yeah, sentry turrets. I wouldn't be surprised if we see those actually make a return.
Upgrading them.
Yeah. That was one of the things that was mentioned to us, is that maybe you would be able I mentioned this earlier in the broadcast too, but maybe engineers would be able to walk up to a turret and expend resources to make it to give it AI or something like that, or change it out, things like that. So I think those are things that they have in their minds that may come out in the.
And then infiltrators would be able to run up to them and sap them.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, why not? What the hell? We'll put that in the game too. Let's just go all out. Hey,
Or hack them, then turn them to their side.
as long as they don't add hats to the game and the ability to trade,
Oh
I
my
am perfectly
God.
happy.
You all know what game we're talking about.
Yeah.
I can't go into that game and not get someone wanting to trade crap with me. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'll just
I
give you
mean-
it if you leave me alone. I'll just give it to you. Like, I just want to play. So,
Yeah, I know there are already hats in the game. My point is, I don't want you guys to add a bunch of ridiculous
tradable
hats
stuff.
that make no sense at all, and then make it so that every time I log into the game, there's a trillion trades coming up. Hats are fine, just don't add like tradable crap, and I don't want stuff to drop on the ground that I pick up, and then I'm in the middle of sneaking around as an infiltrator, or I'm in the middle of running around shooting people, and some dude opens a trade window with me because he wants my REIT hat. I'll pass on that.
That's how you end the war, though.
Yeah.
Cross-faction trading. There you go. Peace is brought to our access.
There you go, peace for all. But I mean,
Wait, what? No.
hats are
There will be
inevitable.
no peace. There is only war.
I think we're more saying tradable hats.
Yeah,
Tradable things.
Higby just said in the chat that hats are coming, and I'm not surprised. I mean, I think hats are cool. I just don't want what we have in Team Fortress.
He said it. He said it.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's ridiculous. I actually haven't played it a lot. Jen would
I
play it,
want to play it,
and she would rage
but I
about
can't
it.
bring myself to play it because they're like, oh,
Oh, you're trolling me?
You go into a server
Oh,
and they're
Higby's
like,
trolling.
can I have your...
So you're not actually adding hats? I'm surprised you're
I'm
not
surprised,
actually adding
actually.
hats. I thought you
As
really
long
were.
as we never, ever get
Trolling.
the crates and the keys, I'll be happy.
Oh man. Anyway, we totally went off topic on that. So apparently Higby was trolling me, and there aren't hats being added. I'm surprised. I think you guys would add hats. All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns? You guys have
The
anything
chat
else?
is going too fast.
I've got it open in IRC, so it's a little easier for me to see. We'll have to get that set up for you. over there.
Testing areas? That wouldn't be about it, like a virtual reality.
We've been talking about that for a long
I know.
time. I would really like to see VR. I'm glad they've added a trial period on weapons, though. That's a first step to being able to. That's the first step to that, is that you can actually try a weapon before you spend a couple bucks on it. I think that's a cool. I'm glad that they did that.
No buyer's remorse.
And again, that's another thing that came from the community. There was a lot of feedback on that, and they went ahead and made that change. And somebody said the irony of talking about hats is the fact that I'm wearing one. That is kind of ironic, isn't it? Anyway.
How are we
All
in
right.
time?
Any other comments before we close out this panel and move on to our first phase of special guests?
And another giveaway, right?
And
between
another
those
giveaway.
phases?
Giveaway first. No, nothing. You sure now? This is your last chance.
Oh,
You have a captive
else is there?
audience. I don't know. Maybe nothing.
Light assault tools, Hamma?
actually, one thing I'd like to see is more, just have some fun with the community nights. Say, like, knives only on Indar.
Oh,
Do some crazy, do some fun.
Are you referring to Friday Night Ops or stuff that we do?
Just in general.
Yeah.
Just random events.
The Friday Night Ops stuff has been pretty cool. So we're gonna have Jimmy and Perfect Storm or Luperza coming on next. So maybe they'll mention that. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and call an end to this panel, and we're gonna give away some fun toys again.
Thank you again for coming
absolutely.
to the panel, guys.
Yep. Thanks for coming.
problem.
And
Yeah, thanks for having me.
we hope to have
same.
more panels like this in the future and continue AGN Squad Beacon, formerly Community Night. Hopefully you guys like the name of the show now as well. So, all right, guys, thanks a lot for joining us. I'm going to hang up on you. I apologize. It's nothing personal. We'll see you later.
See ya.
Later.
Have a-
All right, everybody. Hamma here with the Araxis Global Network, and we are joined by our first special guests here for the day. I think you guys might know who these guys are, but I'm not really sure. We have Clegg and Jimmy. Is it Whisenhunt or is it Whisenhunt or is it Whisenhunt?
No, it's Whisenhunt.
All right, awesome. I've been saying it the right way the whole time.
Yeah, you just like saying
I
it.
like saying Whisenhunt. Clegg.
Clegg.
Hi.
Pronounced Clegg.
Oh, okay.
TR represent.
Absolutely.
Welcome to the show, guys. Your first time on. How does it feel?
I
Good.
feel I feel better than I've ever felt in my entire life, actually.
That's probably because I'm sitting here.
Awesome.
It's good to.
I just realized that we're wearing our faction shirts, and we didn't even call each other this morning to like say, "Hey, you're gonna wear your faction shirt today."
Wow.
Like Twinkies.
What?
You guys are totally in sync, and you don't even know it.
It's true.
That's awesome.
So I feel good right now, actually.
That's good.
Beta's offline. It's very sad, but you know,
At least you guys can still play.
take it away from them before you give it back to them. You know?
That's right.
Yeah.
Violently just rip it from their warm embrace.
There's no good without evil and so forth. You know, by taking that away, it makes it that much better when it comes back.
That's true. That's true.
That's what I'm talking about.
And as we were saying earlier, we won't actually be able to play the day it comes out because we've got visitors coming into town. So,
Spoiled.
Oh no.
I
Yeah,
know, it's so
well, they
hard.
made the plans before you guys announced a beta or a launch, I should say. So
It's a hard life. This is your fault somehow.
it's your fault.
Somehow it's your
It's
fault.
Clegg's fault. It's always Clegg's
Yeah,
fault.
let's blame
Remember?
Clegg.
It's
true.
always my fault.
And people were blaming you for like UI bugs.
Yeah. They're like, why did you do that to the weapon and the vehicle and that art texture and the sound?
We know it's you.
So, Clegg, my question to you is: how do you feel now that you've had your haircut? Free.
Amazing. I feel so good.
I just wish I could have been there.
It's all gone.
That must have been like quite the ordeal.
I know.
The scissors probably broke.
I lost like at least 3 pounds.
It's 3 pounds of hair.
And then I gained it all back on potato chips and overtime.
Overtime.
Had to make room for it, man.
It's all the Benjamins you're walking around with in your pocket, right? That's what made you heavier.
Like, I got
I actually just like spit Red Bull.
My-
For some reason.
it's all
My
that
apologies.
McDonald's, right, T-Ray?
Yeah, that's right. Hmm. Oh man. So I've got a couple questions. Nothing too fancy. We're just gonna. It's just fun, you know, just to say hello to the community while we're. What are you guys working on today? What sort of fun stuff are you doing before release?
I'm playing PlanetSide 2, and there's nobody to play with, and it's very sad. And I'm looking at the scale of the game and the silence of Indar. It's very sad.
It's like a ghost town, man.
Yeah,
It's
it's really
depressing.
sad. Yeah, it's depressing. But really, we're just kind of going through a lot of checklists and stuff and kind of making sure that everything in the base works at every base. So we don't want any last-second hiccups and somebody walks up to a turret and they can't get in it, or they walk up to a terminal and they can't use it, you know, things like that.
Cool. Everybody in the stream is making note of things that they'll actually be able to blame you for now. See what you've gone and done?
All right, turrets check.
Yeah. What about you, Jimmy? What are you working on? Similar stuff?
Yeah, just weapon stuff today. You know, it's mostly what I've been working on since I got over here, and just making sure all the skill stuff works, making sure that all your weapons are getting granted properly, making sure they're all named properly. Guess what, guys? You'll no longer be confused by scope names. Aren't you happy?
Yay.
Yes. Like, there's so many times people are like, the laser scope doesn't have a laser, and we're like, it's not really a laser scope. It's just because we didn't have a name right then, or it wasn't in the game yet. So
I did wonder about that.
yeah, doing that a lot. You know, minor tweaks here and there. Just doing another run and making sure that everything makes sense numbers wise. And yeah,
Awesome. Cool.
Welcome to Radar X in our Twitch channel, by the way.
Oh, hey,
Hi,
Radar. What's going on, man? What's up?
What's up, Radar?
What's up, homie? I shouldn't say
Him go
homie.
way back
I should-
to the Araxis challenge.
Oh, yeah. That was a long time ago.
Everything's a blur.
Vegas is a blur now that you mention it.
Actually, we were working together on Community Day when we had everybody come down San Diego during Comic-Con.
Mm.
That was fun.
I just missed that event, actually. I just left.
Yeah, that's true.
I was hoping to stick around for it, but if I had stuck around for it, then I wouldn't have been at SOE Live, so...
You probably would have
Stupid
gotten
vacation
fired.
time. I probably would have gotten fired. Sorry, guys. I need to just go. PlanetSide needs me. I'm out. I'll see you
Like a
guys later.
superhero, just rip off your suit
just
and you have a
tear off my shirt.
Hamma cape.
we need instead of the bat sign, we need to actually Batman sign. We actually have like a freaking like hammer in the sky. Be like, Hammer, the community needs you.
Pull out the bat signal.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, we should get on that. Could you guys put that in the game?
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of time, right? For release?
I'll work on that right now. I'll start modeling it.
We got like
Alright.
2 days and 16 hours, something like that.
Oh, that's more than enough time. We'll be fine. So, how many hours have you guys slept at your desks the past couple weeks? I hope it's not too many.
I brought a sleep bag. to work the other day. People thought I was crazy, and I was like, you'll see.
I don't count too good. I don't know. It's been kind of a blur.
Yeah, I'm sure it has. Well, you had that crazy concoction on your desk that Jennyboo found while we were out there.
God.
So
Red Bull and what was it? Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah.
There were like 4 cans of Red Bull, and they were empty with just like this random. I had no idea it was there. She just walks by, points, starts laughing. I'm like, "What are you laughing at?" It's like, "Oh."
I'm not judging. I wasn't judging you. I promise.
lies. She's
Yeah.
lying.
Maybe. So it's all good. It's all good.
Oh,
yes,
man.
Perfect Storm or La Perza was supposed to be here. She's running late, guys.
Yeah,
she'll
she's
try
running
to
late.
make it in.
She may still join us. If she doesn't get on during this panel, maybe we'll try and get her on a little bit later. In the meantime, let's see. What else do I have here? So, how psyched are you guys to finally be at launch? Really psyched? I mean, where's the scale for you?
Beyond psyched. I mean, like, this is my first actual like full-time game, like something that I've actually had consistent hand in, not just like consulting or feedback type thing. So it's really cool to know that the stuff that, I mean, this sounds cheesy, but know that the stuff that I worked on and us as a team that we worked on, people are going to get to consume. And it's not like I said it should be like this. Like, we actually made this. This is our own for you guys. So it's really, really exciting. Plus a little bit of stress. Stress level goes from like here to like here. But the floor is actually like down here, so the stress level is still pretty high. You just can't see the floor.
That makes sense.
I'm beyond psyched as well. I can't believe that we're only 3 days away, 3 days and change. I've been on this project for a really, really long time. I was on it way back in its inception when Smed first tweeted PlanetSide next. I was like, that was when it started for me. And this whole ride has been a wild ride, and I've loved every second of it. And I'm just so glad that we're like 3 days away. And I just can't believe it. I really can't believe it. It hasn't sunk in yet that we are 3 days away from launching the game.
It's almost like, you know, waiting for your wife to give birth, for example.
Yes.
You know, it's like you were there for the inception.
How I felt on my third child.
This is like your first child.
So long. Except for this child took
legitimate
like 2
anyway
years to be born. So
That's
very long.
That's a long time.
This child is very late, overdue.
It happens to be the largest child in the industry, actually. This makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. It's good because we are all a bunch of babies. So.
I was just looking at my question list here, and autocorrect changed a strange word to device. And I'm like, well, what did I even type there? Like, what did I mean there? Anyway, so what is the coolest thing in PlanetSide 2 device for you the past year?
The best device thing that I this year was working on the game. Wait, what was the question again?
Device, man. Device. Yes, device.
What's the coolest thing for the, since you've been in the development PlanetSide 2, what's the coolest point in the development for you?
Getting new art was always awesome. I remember that being a really, really awesome thing. When we started making levels, or not levels, like outposts and making just buildings, it was all white boxed, like flat nothing. And you just made like a white building and there was nothing there. And then art would give you like their first pass textures and their first pass 3D model. And then I remember the first time we got the biolab like piece. It was just awesome getting it. So every single time that we got new art as level designers, it was like candy. It was like Christmas morning. Every time they're like, "Oh, checked in the new biolab." I'm like, "Oh my god, I have to go see right now!" And furiously go on my computer. This is so cool. So that was definitely one of the highlights for me.
Cool.
I see Lippers in the channel.
What about you, Jimmy? Let me go ahead and go to a graphic while you're talking, and I'm going to see if she's available. Continue. What's your? I know you haven't been on the team quite as long, but
for me, it's been good because I mean, the most exciting part for me is actually looking, and some people might not always agree with this take, but there's a lot of feedback that we get saying that this might be wrong or this might be wrong, and it's not always the case. It just feels like that's maybe what it is. I mean, Clegg kind of knows what I mean by that. Like, the recoil's too strong on this or that, but it's actually we might not be communicating that properly or something weird. But finding those type of things and being able to solve that problem for the beta players and for the community. I mean, it's a lot of work to actually figure out exactly what that is and a lot of tweaking. And like, it always feels really good to get something completed and passed and just solid. I mean, it is pretty consistent too because we have a ton of freaking guns in our game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Yeah, there are a few. There are a few weapons in the game.
Just a little bit.
And she's still not answering me. She's frozen in time again.
This is it's creeped me out. She's just smiling. She's not even
just
moving.
staring.
I found it. What did you find?
I don't know.
I don't know. The phone is still ringing, or the Skype is still ringing. Skype.
Maggie, the green button. Click the green button.
Wait, that's how you get on?
It depends. I mean,
Shoot.
it depends
I
on
had
what.
Jimmy set this up for me, so I didn't know what was going on.
You've never used.
That
You've never
chair.
used.
Wait,
you've
one
never
second.
used- oh. Hi.
Wait.
Oh.
Shut up. What happened? Nope. Back.
Anyways,
Let's see. What else do I have here?
Well, why don't we just ask Maggie what her questions are when she comes back?
Yeah. Well, we will. But we can.
I see her in the channel, but
She's in the zone.
she's in the
We'll
zone.
be right back.
Okay. What's the next question?
She's back.
Next.
She's back.
We're all waiting.
There she is. She's returned.
She's back. Everybody, say hi to La Perza in the chat.
Hello.
Oh, wait, I gotta.
oh, she's got her shirt on. So
Oh,
we
look at
have-
that.
we
Oh,
all-
nice.
we're all in
I had
fashion.
to go find my. I had to go find my Vanu shirt, man.
Nice.
That's right.
How was your nap?
Well, at least all empires are represented,
yeah.
guys. I
bad.
mean, everybody's always raging about how there's not every empire. Look at this. It's right here in front of you. I mean, you just can't go wrong. Oh,
There's
sorry.
no disputing the
I interrupted
evidence.
So, like, it just so happens that all the bases are really easy for NC, all the guns are easy for TR, and all the attachments are awesome for VS. Like, it's just crazy how that works out, right? No? Not so much? Okay.
It's funny
These
because you're
guys,
looking
man.
over there, and
These
it
guys
looks
don't understand.
it looks like you're looking at Luperza, but you're actually looking at Clegg, which is awkward.
Do I have to look at like this?
Yeah, there.
The only-
Oh,
Clegg,
yeah,
what's
that's.
going on?
It's like
What's up,
the
Jimmy? How you doing?
it's like the Brady
The only
bunch.
reason why we have more than one empire in the game is so NC actually has people to shoot. Otherwise,
Nice. That's
it's
awesome.
only NC.
Awesome. So
So, which questions did Maggie miss? We'll get her to answer those.
yeah. So
and-
what is your what has been your favorite
Oh,
moment?
no.
What's your favorite device?
What-
Yeah, your favorite device so far in the game, Maggie, what is that?
What?
Damn Google. That was a Google autocorrect fail right there.
That's hilarious.
What's your favorite thing over the past, like the coolest moment during the development of the game for you?
coolest moment? I mean,
If you had
the
to
first
pick
time that
one.
we actually saw players in the game and doing crazy things. Like, I think we saw like 50 or 100 TR. Like, this was during our alpha beta, and just everyone's like, what are they doing? And like, people are jumping in and looking in third person camera, watching you guys all invisible, and it's awesome seeing you guys play the game. I think that's probably the coolest thing for me.
Awesome. The other question was, how psyched are you for launch to finally be here?
I'm pretty pumped. Although it's not the end for us.
No.
We're going to still be working crazy hours
It
for
never
like at
ends.
least a few,
It's never
more
ends.
months. But yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I would hope that it's not going to end, because that would mean that we're all going to be like, all right, well, the game's out, and no, nothing else is going to happen.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Toodles.
Go-
Have
I'm
fun.
going to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
See you later.
Later. Oh man, what was my other question? Oh, the other question was kind of dumb. I don't know if it's worth asking again.
How many hours have you slept at the office since SOE Live?
That was a good question, Hamma.
Was it?
It wasn't dumb.
That was.
That's true. We
jerk.
got to hear about your sleeping bag. We would have never known that otherwise. So, how many hours have you slept under your desk or near your desk or in a conference room?
That's
or-
actually a Woot monkey.
Yeah. Handcuffs.
Someone lucky.
Oh, was
PSC.
somebody asking in the chat what that was?
Yeah. What that thing is
Yep.
right there.
It's a boot monkey. I have one of those at my desk at work.
Doesn't everyone?
Yeah, it makes that really weird noise, that screaming noise, that awkward noise when you shoot it. Why is everybody not saying anything? It's like they've never heard of what I'm talking
so
about before.
confused right
Do you
now.
want
That's
me?
okay.
Do you want me to
Monkey and
make
it's
it take the
screaming.
noise?
Yeah, why don't you do that just so I don't look crazy?
Okay.
Hamma, what is your favorite device?
My favorite device, the Galaxy.
Walk over there. So.
Does that count as a device?
I don't know. You're the one that came up with the device question.
No,
You tell
Google
us.
Google came up with the device question. I'm just
It's self-aware.
I just work here.
Google is never wrong, so.
That is a good point. They aren't.
Okay,
Or
you
are
ready
they?
for this ridiculous noise? It's gonna be terrible. I'm gonna hurt my own ears.
How does nobody know about this?
This is like there's gonna be casualties.
Animal
in this.
cruelty.
Oh wait, where is it?
Oh, you broke him. No.
Did you just rip it?
I
in half?
know.
I think you just have to. I think you just
Slam
have to
him
I
like.
ripped this thing off.
You have to
How
throw
come
it
it's
or
not
like.
doing it? How come the one time?
There you go. Awesome. Yes.
The one time I want it to go off and it doesn't.
Every other time you don't want it to, it's constantly making the noise.
Oh man, now his tag thing is not gonna work. I'm gonna have to do
Now you
something
can't
else to get
sell it on
to-
eBay because you ripped the tag off.
I know. Got it. But
Once-
he has like these little
Cur-
sticky things.
Put it on eBay.
That was worth some serious coin right there. Everybody's watching like, really? What are we watching right now? That's the next thing that's going in the game, guys. We're going to have a monkey like that
The
in the
whoop
game that we
monkey.
can just throw around.
For the dashboard of
All
your
trees in
Sunder.
Amherst.
The trees, yeah, exactly. Oh, man. So what...
The worst is when they go off in like the middle of like the office, which
Yeah.
I have done that a couple times. I think Clegg might have too. And then everyone's looking around going, "What is that?"
It happens at my office, too. All of a sudden, it's just...
Everybody always wants to play with your whoop monkey.
Everybody's looking around. I used to have them all hanging from the ceiling by my desk. I had like 3 of them, and I, attached them together, and they were just hanging off the ceiling. Now the ceiling's too high in the office that I'm in now, so unfortunately I can't do that anymore. But that was my
You've seen
accomplishment.
more of
You have a slide, and that's all that
Well,
matters.
that's a good point. I do have a slide, so there's that bonus. All right, let's see. What else do I have here?
I want to slide.
What else do I have here? You guys should really get.
Slide.
You're on.
Yeah.
It's the important things
So
in
how-
life, you know?
Sorry, you were asking questions.
Yeah,
and
I'm thinking of how
I
to word
just
it.
derailed everything.
No, it's okay. The Woot Monkey was worth it.
Favorite device?
What do you? That's going to be a running thing now. I know he's going to tweet it at me as soon as this ends. I can already tell. So as far as community feedback goes, how much of a role did they play kind of in your day-to-day? What are you guys doing over there in your day-to-day job? I mean, how's the community feedback been overall for you guys? It's a self-serving question. Another one for me. Clegg, let's start with you.
Put him on
Put
the
you on the
spot.
spot.
What was that? What?
The community feedback. How has it been for you? Like
The
in
community?
your day-to-day
Oh,
job.
come on. Community feedback. I love these guys. What are you talking about?
He
I
hates
thought you
everyone.
were about to say like what community or something. That made it sound like.
Community feedback has been awesome, actually. They've been really good. I remember when the Biolab first came into the game in the tech test, it was completely different than how it is now. And that's all in part of the community giving tons of feedback and helping us make that fight better. Because the fight was crappy in the beginning. It really wasn't that fun. So we kind of worked at it, and now I'm actually really happy with how it is right now. And more code fixes came in, which helped a lot. And that's all the community. That's the community giving feedback. It happens over and over and over again. Things change and they break and they don't work right. And the community they make a huge splash, and they really force us to really make big changes. So this project has been really awesome to work on. And I'm very glad that I put myself out there and talk to everybody and talk to the community, because it was worth it. It was really fun.
Cool.
I'm glad you did too.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad I know you, Clegg.
Thanks. Me too.
Me
I'm
too,
glad.
Clegg. I'm so glad I know you.
Oh,
We're like
this
home
is like
dogs
a-
from
this is
like
like a love
pre-PlanetSide too.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
What about you, Jimmy?
Once again, I haven't
Virtual
been
high
on the
five.
project all too long, but when I first came on, I know a lot of people were happy to see that someone came from FPS that was working on weapons, and there's been good feedback. I mean, usually it's like, "Oh my God, what did you do to break the carve?" or like, crazy stuff. But in the end, seeing the waves in the community and the splashes they make on the forums and the consistency in posts has been huge. Like actually deciding what really is, a valid concern. And they've always been really, really, the community's always been great about providing the right feedback at the right times. So I don't know, I'm a huge fan of our community. Like I came from a completely different community, a lot less supportive one actually. So it's really cool to see such passionate people in this community.
Cool. All right, the Perza. What about you?
I think everyone pretty much covered it. I'd have to say that like our community, you guys do such awesome stuff for us. I mean, PlanetSide Universe, man, you guys have been around for so long and you've just done so much for our players, especially the new players who don't really know what's going on. You guys are great about picking them up and teaching them the ways, and you do it in a manner that's very nice. Like, you see a lot of FPS communities that just, people are not very nice.
Indeed.
I mean, it gets kind of crazy, but I think that the great thing that you guys do is that you do promote our game. You guys are all making videos, and oh my gosh, you guys do crazy things. Like yesterday, I was watching the Super Trooper guys, and it was like the last day of beta, and they were just spending an hour trying to get a Sunderer on top of a galaxy and get it to the biolab. And it was like the most humorous thing and a complete waste of time, but it was funny. And the fact that, like, we can get NC, TR, and VS all together in one location. I mean, I was at the Sheer Tower or whatever, Watchtower, and like
Watchtower.
Yeah, there we go, Adam. This is what I need. I need like a pocket person who knows all the names of stuff. I'm like the higher number.
Adam Clegg app.
He just knows everything.
He's like, I made that one. That's mine.
No, I don't think I did.
But
Oh.
If it's good, then
I mean, I was able to get TR, VS, and NC all together, and weren't shooting each other, killing each other.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's rare, I think.
I had some awesome fights last night and the last night. It was actually a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun watching the Perza drop pods on everybody.
Oh
Yes.
my god, that was so funny.
That
They
was
were
pretty
freaking
epic.
out.
You know, the best part about it is just
No, the
watching
best part
people.
was when I put the ATV down first. Everyone's like, "What is that?"
They all like
And,
turned around and looked.
like the Vanu Max like shot at it a little bit. Then the other
Yeah.
guy turned around and he's like, "Oh, I'll shoot at it too." And then they left it low health for a little while, turned around, and then they're like, "What? That's enemy. Kill it, right?"
Why
and
is
then,
that
and then
here?
just dropped
How did it even
all
get
over
up
the.
here? What's
I
happening?
feel like the fifth wheel that wasn't at the party.
You should.
You
Clegg.
should have been there, man.
You should be watching Friday Night Ops.
We were
I
watching
was-
it on our
Was this
52-inch TV, man.
Was this
Yeah.
yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, I was freaking platoon
You
leading.
you were probably sleeping
Busy.
in your sleeping bag at your desk.
No.
No, he was
I
in
was-
the squad.
Yeah, I was
Jimmy was-
platoon leading all the
Like,
devs.
Yeah, I know. I heard you barking orders at all of them.
I know, it was very awkward.
Nice.
Well, what's nice too is that right after the thing, everyone sent Clegg an email saying thank you for being squad lead. Like, that's how awesome our
Awesome.
team is. Like, everyone's pretty cool. So
You didn't yell at him too much then. If you had, then it probably would have been different emails.
Yeah, I mean, it was like...
although Jimmy was complaining because you weren't giving him enough
Yeah,
orders.
man. You weren't ordering
Well,
enough
I mean,
for me,
like-
man.
Meds in there and other VPs and like my boss and all these.
That's why you should show them a good time, man.
I think we were pretty.
Go here and stay there.
I want to throw it out there that the community voted that we blow up Smed. Like, we tried to blow up Smed multiple times.
Can't do
Not
it.
we, Jimmy, and Jimmy failed. He failed his mission terribly,
Nice.
multiple times.
Were you guys able to do it?
Well, actually,
Nope,
I hit him
didn't.
once with the rocket. I think he was watching the stream because, like, right when it was probably 20 seconds on delay, said, "Hey guys, yes or no? Do you want us to blow Smed up?" And everyone's like, "Yes." And by the time it hit Smed, he was just running the other direction in lightning, like as fast as he could.
That's awesome.
It's like I'm getting out of here.
I'm out.
And Jimmy almost got a knife on him, but someone else killed him. It was pretty
Yeah.
funny. You were right next to him. You're like,
Well, I scared him.
"Ah."
I hit him with a knife. His shield popped, and he turned around to look at me, and someone shot him in the back. He's like, "No."
Nice.
He kept trying to kill me, but he wasn't under Jimmy. He was under some other random name. So I would like look at him and go, "Cool story," and then I'd like back and start running away. Who
Nice.
it was that was shooting me?
It was entertaining to watch for sure. I only caught the tail end of it, but I got to see the part with all the random stuff.
My favorite
dropping
part
on
was
people.
the Jimmy yelling
Thunder.
at Maggie, GTFO, GTFO.
Yeah.
Prowler. I was cracking up. It was hilarious.
I came home and she
I was crying. I was
I-
laughing so hard.
I came home and that's all she was talking about. I was like, what's happened?
I'm like,
don't even
oh, I
know
have to
what's
tweet
going on."
at him. I have to tweet.
Oh man.
Oh.
So anyway, you guys mentioned Smed, and now you guys all in the chat get to know Smed is going to be our next guest. So you guys better be
Nice.
sure to stick around. It's going to be pretty cool. First time ever, Smed being on the AGN, and actually first time ever for you guys too.
For
Yeah.
me, anyway.
Well, I think I crashed Higby's once in his office.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Probably.
true. That's a
Again.
good point. I guess you've been on, even though it was on someone else's camera. That counts.
Yeah.
I'll allow that.
What?
Well, let me make a
I've been
note
on
We're
right
not
here.
cameras, so you don't count.
Hold on,
I've
let
been
me
on
make a
exactly
note here.
1.5 times.
I have a note here that's acceptable.
I
I'm
was
just
really
messing with you.
happy with their community responses, by the way. That's what we're
referring
really
to?
striving for, is a community where it's a nice community. A community you want to come and you want to voice your opinion, have these devs.
Yeah.
Whether they're openly watching it or lurking like a lot of the other
Like ninjas.
developers are.
It's hiding in the shadows.
Yeah, that's where what we strive for. So I was really happy with that response. I think you were as well, Hamma.
Indeed. For sure. That's awesome.
And we really do appreciate you guys supporting us and coming on over there and listening to our community.
Yeah, thanks
We appreciate you guys a lot, a hell of a lot. So, I mean, I wouldn't have gotten as into PlanetSide 1 if it wasn't for you guys. So, and that's the truth. I remember going onto your site and thinking that it's weird that this is the site that I'm going on. Where's the official site to go? They're like, no, this is the official site. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. I guess this is it.
Well, it's funny.
Well, they had a PlanetSide
Sort of.
forums for
Yeah, there was a
PlanetSide.
PlanetSide official forums. Everyone at
when I
work, even
started-
at work, everyone's like,
Yeah.
no, don't go there. Go here. This is the one.
Well, they had like ridiculous moderators too. I think because I went back and looked at the PlanetSide forums just to see what I had posted back when I was a player, and the one thing I posted is probably not super appropriate for this channel, but they were
Nice.
trying to name the Sunder. I'm sure you can guess what things.
Oh
came out of
yeah.
my head.
No, do enlighten us. This is our show. You can't get in trouble.
Oh,
This
man.
isn't an SOE show. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Maggie.
sure, why not? No.
I wrote "bang bus" in like
Come
giant
here.
letters, and I'm like the fourth post or something like that.
Awesome.
It's ridiculous.
Giant
Nice.
letters.
Nice.
Just giant, like the biggest letters I could pick. It's pretty
And
bad.
coming up next, John Smedley.
Coming up next, the guy who's about to have a long talk with all of us.
Maybe you guys will be in his office when we go to him. That would be bad.
Why are you guys
He
in the
called me that,
office?
too.
Coming up next for me is coffee, that's for sure.
Yeah.
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 Back to the
I
grind,
gotta
right?
go to work.
Back to your Starbucks.
Thank you
Yeah.
guys
Forever.
for taking the time out of your day to come on. I know you guys are crazy busy right now, so
Thanks for having us.
thank you for coming on and taking part in the fancy discussion we've got going on here.
And congratulations, guys! 3 more days.
3 more
Thank
days.
you.
Yep, thank you.
We're
And
really
we'll see you guys-
we're really
we'll see you
excited for
guys
this
on
game.
live.
Yes.
I will
indeed.
shoot you in the game live.
Oh,
Like,
most certainly. If
right.
you're not using hacks, although that's not allowed anymore. Now that we have live, no more hacks. All right, winning. All right. Sorry, you guys are always hacking, and it makes me sad because I want to hack too. All right,
I
guys.
usually hack for like fun, not for cheating.
Yeah.
So.
All right, guys. I'm going to go to a quiet graphic here, and then we will be back with John Smedley. All right, Hamma back here on the Araxis Global Network. We've got our next special guest here lined up. We actually have John Smedley here with us today. Thank you for joining us here on the Araxis Global Network. It's a pleasure having you on, and
No,
it's good to
absolutely.
see you. So, I was asking. I'm going to ask you very similar questions that I asked everybody else, but I'm curious. What is your what's the most exciting part of PlanetSide 2's development for you, kind of since it first came up until now?
To me, the most exciting part is probably when the very first time we let outsiders into the game, and just watching them come in and listening to their chat and watching what they said. It was really special.
Awesome. Cool. And if anybody has any questions, be sure to say them in the chat, and we'll be sure to get them over to John. So.
this channel's going crazy.
Yeah, the channel's like do-do-do-do-do when I say that, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm reading the chat too.
Perfect. Everybody's a fan of the Terminator poster behind you.
That was before he was our governor, by the way.
Nice.
Feel free, John, if you see any questions in the
Yeah, you
chat
can-
that you want to answer, just go ahead and answer them.
Absolutely.
So,
No problem.
So how do you feel, obviously you must be extremely psyched for launch, but how do you feel about it? How do you feel about where the game is and launch itself?
I could not be more excited. I have not been this excited since we launched EverQuest. I feel like we're ready. We've got all of our ducks in a row. We got a lot of work to do still here. We have something like 25 servers ready to go, but we're going to launch with 7. And I can tell everybody loves the names. Those are from PlanetSide lore, by the way, folks. And I did get the pleasure of choosing Connery for the West server, so because I want to play on that one.
I can get behind that. Connery, the Camp Connery up there in the northern part of the Indar was one of my favorite ones to fight at. Of course, originally it wasn't right next to the TR warp gate, so it was kind of a behind enemy lines thing for us as TR to go up there and try and snatch it from, I think it was the Vanu were in the north first.
At that time, the Vanu was there, yes.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around there.
We had some good battles there with our outfit.
So what are you looking forward to adding to the game the most after release? What's something that you're excited about?
Well, probably the number one thing I want to get in there is the ability to the system that we're going to be putting in very shortly after launch that's going to be directing players to the fight better. The mission system that Matt has been talking about for a while. I think that's going to help get people to the fight a lot faster. Mm-hmm. And then looking out a little bit, probably my favorite thing that's coming is player-owned bases.
Cool. So you guys have was it a 3 or a 5 year plan? I can't remember. I keep saying it wrong during the show.
Well, we have both, but
okay.
3 years kind of the more immediate stuff, mm-hmm. and we've spent a lot of time talking about what we want this game to be in the future, and we're going to be revealing a lot of that and taking player feedback and really making sure that we put time and effort into making this game what the players want.
Mm-hmm. Cool. That's an interesting question. I don't know if you know the answer to that one.
The one I just added to the document.
Sorry, don't see a document.
Yeah, I'm seeing the document. She's just taking questions out, and we have a shared Google Doc so that we can both see the same things. Somebody was asking when we'll hear about the rewards that were in the Facebook app. Do you know anything about that?
I do. In fact, I was just in a meeting about that. We're testing all of the different what we call bundles, which are the things that the players get when they log in, whether it's Alpha Squad or whether it's any of the other promotional stuff. Like if you buy an Incom card, you get a particular gun. All that stuff's being tested, and it'll be there launch day.
All right, cool. Awesome. Will the membership plan be available on launch day as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. And I think you guys said that was part of All Access, correct?
It is. And in fact, if you're All Access, if you've been an All Access member for 6 months already, you're automatically getting granted the 6-month mark in the loyalty program.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Very cool. I keep going to that particular shot that has your head cut off, so that's a fail on my part. So I won't go to that shot anymore. Anyway, so let's see. What else do we have here? That's kind of a broad question that you asked there. How do you plan to handle the insane traffic that will be coming from the downloader? I don't know if anybody can answer that. I'm hoping that you guys have a crazy infrastructure for that, so I'm not too worried. You don't?
We don't. No. We use CDNs for that, just like everybody else. There's no magic there. It's just simply really a whole lot of CDNs, so there's nothing to be worried about there. We're not flooding our infrastructure. That's all on CDNs.
That's cool. That makes sense, actually. I've noticed that patching the game for me has always been pretty quick, so I've always been pretty even early on in the beta when everybody was trying to nab the client kind of at the same time. It went pretty quickly for me, so CDNs are pretty awesome. Wow, I'm surprised you guys don't have all
well, the questions keep streaming by. If we haven't answered your question, go ahead and ask it again.
Yeah, I suppose we should probably turn on the slow
next time,
mode.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, what about your other original questions?
Let's see. Actually, I kind of asked them. I'll ask the self-serving question because, well, it's my show. How has the community feedback been for you guys? I mean, ever since the beginning, since that very first tweet that Clegg was talking about a little while ago, when you said PlanetSide next, how have you felt about the community interaction, and how have you really pushed to kind of foster the community interaction that we've been seeing kind of the whole time, ever since very early development?
Community has been everything to this game. One of the things we wanted to do with PlanetSide 2 was to change how we work with the community and do open development, really developing the entire game out in the open in front of them. And, for better or for worse, sometimes we put stuff up and they don't like it and they let us know real fast. And we're going to keep doing that with the next EverQuest, where we're going to take the same approach. And actually, we're going to let them in at an earlier stage. So the community feedback, it literally has made this game. And sometimes it's very spirited, particularly from a lot of the PlanetSide 1 veterans who very much want it to be almost exactly like the original. And, kind of trying to keep the original vision we had for the game and temper it with listening to the vets and going with the things that they want. That's taken some, kind of a lot of back and forth, and I feel pretty good about where we landed.
Mm-hmm. I do as well. A lot of the things that the vets were asking for early on are slowly starting to make their way into the game, like base benefits and stuff like that. So it's really cool to see the metagame stuff starting to show up. And I've noticed some issues with it so far, but it's definitely better to have it in there as opposed to not. I think it's going to add a lot more. It's going to add a lot more value to bases. So, what are you putting in there? Let's see here.
I'm just like grabbing ones that I think he could answer.
I'm assuming that he's asking about the XP and various boosters that you can get, or implants, I guess they're called. He's asking if they'll stack. I don't even think you can put more than one on at a time.
Yes, they will stack, and this is kind of the whole point when we were talking about the XP to cert ratio. We need to take into account the fact that certs and experience are all this interrelated thing. That when you have membership, let's say you have membership and it stacks with a squad XP boost or a regular XP boost, we need to make sure that all that stuff's balanced, that people aren't getting through all the content, in crazy fast time.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Let's see. What else did you put in there?
I'm just like...
She's just copying and pasting like mad.
So
what's something cool that you can tell us? Is there anything neat that you could tell us that maybe we don't know, or something neat that might be coming, or is it all still kind of hush hush?
In terms of what's coming, we've been 100% transparent with people, but something that I do want to make sure that we are, very upfront about. We are going to spend a bit of time here over the next couple of weeks focusing on getting the bug count down to 0. And that's a big thing for us. We want to make sure that this is a bug-free game on a go-forward basis. I'm actually pretty happy with what we've done in the last couple of patches. We are almost ready to say that we're darn close to bug-free now of the big ones. And I want us to continue doing that. And so we'll do that. We're going to be working on the movement, or the mission system. And we continue to work on performance. We are not happy with where we're at there yet. We will get there. And it's just going to continue to take quite a bit of work. And I'm happy to say we won't stop.
Awesome. This is a cool question, because I know you've always been you like to play the Battlefield games. Somebody asked, will we ever see something similar to the Commander mode? I think that was I don't remember which Battlefield game that was in.
BF2.
It was in BF2, yeah.
Yeah, it was a fantastic mode. Love it. I think you won't see necessarily a Commander mode quite like that, but you'll see something similar. Particularly in the mobile app, you'll start seeing things that you can do there that have Commander-like functionality. And what we plan to do is, over time, do what they did with TF2, how they had kind of did class revamps over time. We're going to put a whole bunch more functionality into each of the classes. And as we do that, you can expect that kind of functionality to get in there.
Cool.
I see Griffin adding a question right in the document.
Hacks. So what are some plans for, do you know anything about outfit benefits and anything like that might be coming? Do you know about, some cool new features that outfits might be getting?
Well, we've got this concept that we're calling Outfits 2.0 that we're going to be doing some simple stuff like giving you the ability to advertise for your outfit, that sort of thing. In terms of the benefits, I know the designers are working that stuff out. And what we're going to do is exactly like the other stuff. We'll say to the audience, here is what we think, and what do you guys think? Is this cool enough? Is it too OP? Is it, fun? And we'll see what actually matters to the players.
Awesome. Very cool.
Sorry, I'm trying my best to keep up with these
That's
guys.
okay. You don't have to add too many more. We're not going to go on for too crazy long.
Yeah, he's the CEO of a
busy
company.
man.
He's a busy man.
He's a busy man. Thanks again for taking the time to come on here. It's pretty awesome to have you on.
It's the first
I
time.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thanks. You know what? You guys are awesome, and thank you for supporting us for so long, and it's important.
Cool. So the Alpha Squad implant or the Alpha Squad XP bonus, is that an automatic thing? Is it like always on for X amount of time, or is it actually an implant?
I believe it's an implant. We designed it that way so that when you gain the other stuff, you could put it in your implant slot and be getting 10% when you don't have another implant.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Somebody asked about Player Studio. I know that you guys have talked about it and hope to add it at some point. Have you guys thought, put into place any thoughts on what we might see out of the SOE Player Studio with PlanetSide 2?
Well, what we'd like to be able to let people do is do weapons, vehicles, armor, decals, that kind of thing. We'll probably start small like we are with the other games, but we are seeing some insanely high quality stuff coming out of EverQuest 2 right now. So I think our guys are a little surprised by how high quality it is, and let's wait and see what we get, but I think it's going to be pretty good.
Cool. That will be really neat.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of people ask about outfit logos. Like, I want to put my, how Eve does outfit or corporation logos and stuff. Everybody's always like, I want my outfit logo in the game, and it would be really neat to be able to do that.
Absolutely, we are going to for sure do that. Now, what we're going to do is make people submit them to us so that we don't get the Nazi flag and all of the wonderful stuff. I've seen some stuff in game. There's a wonderful outfit going around calling themselves gays. You're not going to get that name at launch, guys. Sorry. And there's quite a bit of that sort of functionality we want. I don't know if you guys have played Black Ops 2, but they've got an awesome emblem editor. I'd love for us to do something like that. They hit a submit button, and it simply shows up in our queue, and we have somebody approve it.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Let's see here. There was one that was right in the forefront of my mind. Yes. So we've heard a lot about the mobile apps. I actually got a chance to see it while I was out there. It's very cool. Do you know when those are going to be coming out?
Oh, we have been trying to get that out on launch day. I don't think it'll be launch day, but it's going to be almost right after. There's an Apple submission process that we have to go through. And it'll be on Android as well. I can't say it'll be on your flavor of Android. Totally, that's a fragmented base, but for you iPad and iPhone users, it's a really, really kick-ass app.
Yeah, I got to see it. It is really neat. The map, I think, is my favorite piece that I saw from it. You can really you can zoom really close into stuff on there. So that was very cool to see.
Yeah, and it's real time too. That's what's badass about it.
That next question, Ham, has been asked like multiple times by
I don't know
people. I don't know what it means. But
I don't know. Well, we'll ask it anyway, and if not, we'll ask Higby, who's going to be on next. Are you guys going to enable mapping of aircraft yaw to the mouse? Yaw is side to side, right?
Yes. The funny part about that is we had this just utterly retarded version of the aircraft flying that had it like that. God knows why anybody would want that, but we can add that, yes. And we're going to be adding joysticks. We just haven't had the time to do that support. I totally don't get the people that think yaw should be on the mouse, but whatever, we'll do it for you because we like it.
Yeah, somebody was asking a question too that when I came out the first time, what was it? It was something related to the external view of the aircraft external view. Why doesn't it rotate with you when you're flying? And I think Kevmo was it. Well, it made everyone sick that was playing it, so that's why we took it out. But it's funny the kind of strange features that people want. Personally, as a flyer, I can't see yaw being bound to a mouse. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But then again, I fly inverted and Jen doesn't, and so everybody's got their own way of flying. So
hey, I can fly now.
It's true.
You and Denzel Washington. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. All right, cool. I
got to give the flyboys what they want.
Yeah,
I'm a flyboy. I love our aircraft. I've probably spent more time flying than just about anybody in our company, and I completely love our flying mechanic. I hear these whiners talk about how hard it is to learn. Wah, I don't give a crap. Tough. Don't fly.
It can't
hard.
be that hard, John, because I don't know what you did with the system of flying, but they changed something, and now I can actually fly.
Yeah,
It's just called practice.
And I couldn't fly in PlanetSide 1 for my life. I would take off and I would crash into the ground.
There was some type of little change that I felt too. I don't know what, I couldn't put my finger on exactly what it was, but something did change, and she's flying around with the best of them now. So, and go ahead.
The dogfights in this game are epic, man. I got into probably a 15-minute battle between me and some guy in a mosquito, and he was just dodging and weaving, and it was awesome. And more power to him. He almost got away, but he didn't.
Yeah, I love flying in this game too. It's whenever I actually stream, I spend most of my time flying, and the majority of time that I'm in the game, I'm flying. So
I love it so much. Actually, our outfit's like, we need roll call. What are you going to do? And I picked my roll, and then I started flying, and I was like, I want to change it.
She wants to change the roll.
I want to change it, but I've already said what I'm going to do, so that's going to be my off. Like when I'm streaming, I'm going to do that a lot. And
we need AMS drivers. That's what you were going to do before. AMS
well, I'll do it. I'll sort out. I'll just buy more station cash.
That's right, exactly.
Now you're talking.
Give Sony some of our hard-earned money so this game can be successful.
Exactly, yeah. All right.
Hopefully it'll be successful.
Oh, it will.
I think it will be. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a blast.
Smed bucks, everybody keeps saying.
Yeah, everybody calls them Smed bucks. I don't know where that came
Lovely.
from. All right, I don't have anything else. I'm sure somebody will rage that I didn't ask their question. I apologize in advance if I didn't. I don't see anything else that's floating around that looks really that interesting. So, and we're gonna have Higby and T-Ray up next as well. You guys. So
I will. You mean rum and cola?
Indeed, rum and cola. That's right. They'll be on next. So, any last? Go ahead.
Tell Tramell not to take his shirt off anymore, man.
I could not believe when that happened. I was watching it at work, and I looked over at my monitor, and there was T-Ray with no shirt on sitting at the desk, and I took like a triple take on it. I was like, he's got no shirt on.
I didn't get to see that. Is it recorded?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. We'll check it out later.
I'll be checking that out.
That was hilarious.
I don't know why all the guys in chat want to see more of it. They're saying take his pants off. I don't know what's up with that. That's a little odd.
Well, Higby did say he was doing the episode without his pants on, but we would have never known that because there was a desk there.
Well, you know what? We can get the camera behind the desk next time.
I don't think I'll watch that one.
I don't think I will either.
All right. So do you have any last thoughts, any last comments, or anything that you'd like to say to the community?
I just want to say thank you guys so much for helping us with this game. We're excited to play it for you. We're excited to make it for you. I will see you in game, and if you see me and you're not on NC, you can look forward to dying. I will play straight. I will not use you call them hacks. We call it the admin client.
Yeah.
Unlike Higby, I will man up and shoot you right in the face.
Awesome. How much do you plan on playing when the game comes out?
So I have literally cleared my entire schedule the week of launch. All I'm going to be doing is playing PlanetSide 2, and hopefully no issues, and I'll just be able to play all day and probably all night too. So I cannot wait.
That's awesome. Awesome. Good to hear. All right, we're going to go ahead and go to a dark screen here, and you guys can stare at silence for a few minutes, and then we'll be bringing in...
And thank you for coming on, John.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on.
Anytime, guys. Anytime. You have a good one.
You too. It was a pleasure having you on. Thanks.
Thank you.
So we're going to go to a quiet screen here for you guys, and we will be back in just a couple of minutes with Higby and T-Ray. So you guys hold on tight. We'll be right back. All right, everybody. Hamma here from the Araxis Global Network and PlanetSide-Universe.com with our next group of special guests. We have T-Ray and Higby joining us here live on the air. Say hello, guys.
What's up?
Yo.
What's going on?
Thanks for joining us, guys. It's a pleasure to have you on again. It's been a while.
Yes.
It's been a minute.
Been too long.
Last time you saw me, I was eating cinnamon wheat thins.
I think it was a little over a year ago, or around a year ago, that you guys were on here and showed us the game that you probably shouldn't have, but it was awesome for all of us. It was about a year ago.
The world didn't blow up, so what the hell?
Yeah, we're all still alive.
You know, every time I see anything cinnamon, I think of T-Ray. I
As you
do.
should.
I was in the vitamin aisle and I saw like vitamins that had cinnamon in them, and I was like, D-Ray.
Dude, somebody sent me a picture of they got grinders in the store now that grind like bits of cinnamon. So now you can grind fresh cinnamon.
Yeah,
Nice.
dude. That's
Good
how
stuff.
you gotta do it. You gotta get a burr grinder.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. That's my thing. That's my next thing.
Must have. I'll get you one as a launch present. How about that?
And what's
Awesome.
that? What's
Yes,
that
sir.
behind Higby? I spy that's a nice rig back there.
Yeah, that's the
wrong.
awesome,
Wrong Empire on it though.
That's the
Got the piece
awesome.
machine.
I'm pretty sure it's the right one.
That is pretty awesome, by the way. That was quite a piece of craftsmanship that those guys put together. I mean, it's pretty pretty awesome.
I'll give you guys the tour here. If I
Nice.
can figure out how to unlock my camera. Oh, Christ. All right, here, hold on.
Oh, dude, come on, you're making me seasick.
I'll show me
Got the
so
blue
everybody
wires back here.
on the stream doesn't start vomiting. I'll just show me
All
on the
right.
screen.
Well, my cord isn't as
Long as you would like it to be.
as it ought to be, but
There we go.
seeing here, we got
It's got fans and stuff.
hands over here. Got some bullshit on the front, cords and stuff.
That's a pretty
Yeah.
sick case.
Yeah, you can't have a PC without cords, dude.
No,
You
You
need
gotta have the cords.
cords
Yeah.
are a must.
Trying to get onto this other side over here, but I don't know if my webcam's going to allow it. My webcam says not.
Doesn't
Nope.
look like it. Oh, that's all right.
The question is, why aren't you giving that one away?
Oh yeah, right.
Just bought it.
Here.
You just put it together.
Yeah.
That is
It's pretty cool.
awesome.
I'm happy with it. I was just running around a little while ago, playing some PlanetSide 2, checking some stuff out in one of our internal servers, and it was running pretty good. So very pleased.
Everybody's like, "What? You're playing? Oh."
Sorry. Had to shut it down. Got to get ready for this thing we call a launch.
Indeed, indeed. So how psyched are you guys for launch? You guys ready to rock? You think you're in a good position to roll? Rock
Man, I
and
was
roll?
born ready. Been ready for this for 9 years.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's been quite a ride.
It's been
There goes Higby. He's wandering off.
quite the ride.
Shenanigans must be
He's like,
ensuing.
I gotta go. I'll be right back.
Shenanigans.
He's
Oh,
giving
yeah.
you the 1 minute finger right there.
I don't know.
Shenanigans.
Maybe somebody called him. Who knows?
Someone came to his
it's-
door.
It's been good stuff. You know what we're doing. With the game and with the community. I mean, definitely, where it needs to be. The game is going to be, pretty good. I think we're going to do all right. So that's all you can ask for, and you have great fans that keep evangelizing for the game, and what else can you ask for? You got good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Higby does not have wife aggro. He's at work, guys.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
a
it
wife.
is.
I'm a work. I have
He is totally in the office right there.
He had work aggro.
I always like the elaborate drawings on your whiteboard.
Dude, that's like
It's all scribbles.
like if you go to one of these really old cities like Mexico City or something, there's like level over level of civilization. The strata just goes down forever. That's what the whiteboard is. That
Nice.
has doodles from 2010 on it. That are,
So what are what types of things are you guys doing over the next couple days to get ready for Tuesday?
Well, right now, at this very moment, I'm working on a tent mask so that one of the characters can get a little bit more coverage on the camo.
Cool.
And then everybody else is kind of running the checklist, and going through all the assets that we've created and making sure that they show up properly in the marketplace and in the game, and make sure everything's named properly. Standard checklist type stuff.
Yep, just run around, making sure all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty much.
Not everybody.
Nothing fancy. Never fancy.
Everybody isn't running around the office with their hands up, screaming and yelling. That's a good thing. Not
Nah,
yet.
that's Hackney. He's the only person panicking for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe he knows something we don't, but Hackney's fucking losing his goddamn mind these days. So, whatever, man. Everybody handles shipping a game differently, so you gotta allow people to handle it the way they need to handle it.
Well, I haven't seen anybody run past any doors yet, yelling and screaming. So that's, I guess, a good thing. So, again, my self-serving questions. as far as the community goes, I mean, how much we all have a pretty good idea, but how much of a role would you guys say that the community has played in the development of PlanetSide 2 from, the first tweet that Smed made all the way up until today?
Absolutely zero, dude. You guys didn't help at all.
Nothing at all? Oh,
it didn't help at all.
It was
dude.
worth
I was
a
like,
try.
man, come on. If we could just get a little bit of help from the community, this game would be great. Yeah, I'm just fucking with y'all. Yeah, obviously, man, obviously. This is pretty much as close as you can get to game development without actually being in a game development situation. And, all the input that you guys give us, every show that we go to, every, episode of Command Center we do, every time we visit the forums, it's all about you guys, and making a game for us would suck. Making it for you guys is the way it needs to be. And I think the industry will have to start, making these concessions, so they include people into the development process and actually start making games for people as opposed to games for corporations.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really cool. I've never worked on a game like this that had a whole bunch of people who already cared about the game while it was still in development. So being able to hear from all those guys, from all you guys, while we've been trying to make decisions about what the game was going to have has been super helpful. On the design side especially, being able to have a sounding board to be able to, what do you guys think of this idea? What if we did something like this? Would you like that? Would it suck? And even just being able to give us feedback about stuff from months before you even got a chance to play the game has been really helpful. It's helped us be able to make the game faster. And to me, it's really fascinating that at the end of the beta, we're starting to see people post threads saying, like, thank you to the dev team for listening to us so much. And I'm just like, thank you to you guys for giving us so much feedback. Like, for me, it seems like you're doing us all the favors in the world. We're not really doing that much except for taking advantage of the fact that you guys care and actually paying attention to the things that you say. So to me, it feels like it's a no-brainer to be using community feedback the way that we have been. It's just nothing but beneficial for us. And I don't really get the thank you guys so much, it's so cool that you're listening to us thing. It's more like thank you guys so much for all the help that you've given us to be able to make the game.
I think people aren't used to gaming companies listening to them. That's
Oh,
probably
yeah, no.
why they're saying thank you.
They aren't.
No, I
Which
dig
doesn't
that.
make any sense.
I think, like Tramell said, I think that hopefully this will precipitate a change in that. As gamers ourselves, it would be really cool if that changed and became something where companies were listening to the feedback from their communities more. I would love to be able to impact games that I'm passionate about that I don't necessarily work on more than I can. So that's great. I think that if it does have any sort of change to the way that development companies interact with their players, then fantastic.
Cool. So what's one of the biggest player inspired changes do you guys think that you put in? I mean, it can be a system or a specific thing, or what's something that really sticks out to you?
There's lots of stuff. I think it would be hard to separate what was inspired by players from what was the original design. It would be really challenging for you to be able to figure it out. I mean, I'll use the example, which is a classic one, I think, of a big change that we made just based on feedback, which was even before you saw it, talking about the kill cam and what we wanted to do with that and how players, didn't like that concept in the game and being able to change that before anybody got a chance to play the game at all. So much of what Unity is asked for and what the community has desired is interwoven into the very basic DNA of the game at this point. It's almost impossible to say that this was something the community wanted. So that's why we did it that way.
Cool. All right. And by the way, guys, be sure to post any questions that you have in the chat. We'll definitely ask anything you have.
And follow the channel because we're still going to give away some swag at the end here.
Yes, we still have some swag to give away, so be sure to follow our Twitch channel here, and if you follow us, you'll be able to get to see all the awesome streams that we do, including Jennyboo owning
on VS. I was representing VS for you, T-Ray.
No, I will not take my shirt off. Who's asking? Who is this? Who's asking?
Okay, I'm taking.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
Do it.
The next special AGN, we'll just all do it shirtless. Although I don't think Jen would be amused with that.
What?
I said
Till
next AGN,
dawn.
we'll all do shirtless.
Please,
Yeah,
God, no.
Yeah, I'll do that.
We'll have to
I need to lose like 50 pounds.
Oh man,
I would never do that.
So, what are you guys looking forward to adding most out of the things that are coming here soon?
Maybe for me, I don't know. Maybe just more stuff. You know, getting down to when you're talking about, you know, just things that you can do with what we have, because that's the way we have to move forward. We have to move forward in a way that's more surgical than it was the first time around, because, you know, obviously the game can only get so big, and, you know, we have to make sure that the things that we put in there are as economical as they possibly can be, and then anything moving forward has to fit within that same framework. So I think the challenge and the fun of being able to create something out of basically you know, parts and pieces, and then make something that's compelling at the same time out of you know, within a box is a really good challenge. And I think that's what I'm looking forward to, is just being able to have that groundwork laid, have the groundwork be really, really stable, and you know, taking it from there and just building it up. I think that path is going to be really fun.
Cool.
Yeah, for me, all the stuff that we're putting in, at least on the design side, all of the major kind of additions that we're going to be putting in are all about enhancing the overall strategic game, the meta game, making the bonds between players be stronger. Everything from player base building to new continents to putting in Wargate conquest. All those things all help strengthen the overall I think player commitment to the game. Maybe not commitment, but how much you feel attached and you care about your accomplishments within the game itself. So those are the things that I think I'm really excited about adding.
Cool.
New continents allow us to make the cross-continental warfare. Having that allows you to feel more like you're making a major impact on what your empire is capable of doing and what your empire is doing across the world. All those pieces I think are really key and really important. I'm super excited about all of them.
Cool. So you guys have obviously released many patches over the past week. What's your schedule going to be on launch? Is it going to be like every Tuesday, every Wednesday, or is it going to be, or have you not figured that out yet?
I mean, we're going to be doing bug fixes as often as they get done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm guessing we'll probably be doing weekly patches to live, at least until we feel like the game is really stable and there's not any more major bugs that need to get fixed.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, the updates are probably going to be a little bit longer in between and a little bit beefier, adding more actual content, adding new gameplay types, new continents, new bases, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But those will be coming on like a weekly update. One of the big things with a competitive game like this is we don't want to be adding 10 new guns every week to the game. That makes it really hard for people to figure out what their, you know, how the overall game is balanced and shaping up and how they fight against different kinds of people. So we want to be adding all that kind of stuff. We absolutely want to be adding new guns to the game, but we also need to have the sort of periods of tranquility where people have everything figured out and they can really use the tools that they have against each other, and not just in a, well, who knows what the hell is going on way, but in a way that people who really become experts at using their things can do it.
Cool. All right, I'm going to look at the chat a little bit here. Let's see.
I put some questions in the document
Oh.
that I've been on it.
Oh, there they are.
There was some T-Ray and Higby questions separately. I don't know if they're worth asking. I just copied them.
I don't know.
Every question is worth asking.
Yeah.
And the dumber, the better, because I
Dumber.
like making fun of people.
Bring on the dumb
Dumbass
questions.
questions.
Nice.
Bring on the dumb questions.
I'm not really sure what this question is. Is there a preload time? Oh, I see. No, Smed already answered that, guys. There's not going to be a preload of the game.
Who the hell though? Somebody's asked. O.J. Simpson, Cabbage Patch, dude. What century do you live in, dude? When was the last time you saw somebody do the Cabbage Patch? Really? Cabbage Patch been out of style since high top fades and zipper jackets. Get with it.
I think the last time I saw a Cabbage Patch was in PlanetSide 1.
I know. Come on, man.
I really like that question under the question that you were just looking at.
Got to put the Bernie in there or something. And no Gundam style bullshit. No way.
Oh, totally
that
agreed
shit's
there.
so fucking played. Come on, man.
I'm done with that. Too.
We're not giving you the MCG back. Come on. How many times I got to answer that question, dude? It's not coming back. It's a different game. It's not for this game. Come back. Really? All right, stop. All right, I asked for the dumb questions. Now I'm fed up.
Okay, all right. Are you done with those? All right.
Questions.
Here's one that's interesting. What didn't work out in the development so far that you had hoped would work out? Is there anything?
There's lots of stuff. There's a hell of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, our ship original ship list didn't work out.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff that we either tried and failed to do the way that we originally thought we needed to do it, or we recognized early on that it wasn't going to work the way we thought it was going to, so we had to kind of scrap it and start over again. I think base designs are something that you've seen evolve a lot. They evolved from something that wasn't working into something that was working. Most of the stuff that didn't work, you guys could probably point out as things that sucked really bad at the beginning of beta that we have since changed and added to. So the one thing that I would say really didn't work out in terms of being available for ship that I wish was there was the mission system stuff. We have some components of it there. A lot of it is kind of built in, but it's not really encapsulated in a way that makes a ton of sense for people to be able to just jump in and use. But again, that's not something that just doesn't work. It's something that's not done.
Yeah.
And we're going to be putting a lot of effort post-launch into making it work and making it be done. So
that's cool to hear. I'm sure you've seen some of my videos on that particular subject. I hope you have anyway. I hope you've been watching them. Maybe you haven't.
No, I have.
Cool. Let's see here. What's up next? Awkward silence. Awkward silence. Awkward silence.
You keep looking at that document.
Yeah,
I added the
I'm watching her.
question.
I'm watching her in real time in the Google Doc. Delete and add things. It's kind of.
I'm like, I added that question. I like that T-Ray question.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Somebody asked about it being pay to win. Go ahead and answer that, Matt.
Oh God.
Pay to win?
Pay to win.
I don't want to answer that again. I have to answer that every question, every interview.
All right. So it's not pay to win. There you go.
You answer it.
Boom.
Answer.
There
it's
it is.
not pay to win. There's nothing in the store that you can buy that is going to supplement your lack of skill as a first-person shooter player. If you have no skills, then you won't succeed in this game. So I suggest you get your game up and start shooting people in the face.
Learn how to shoot.
Start learning how to hit people in the face with your gun.
I don't know how many people have come up with me with all these unlocks and certs, and I have that carbine with no attachments, and I just shoot them in the head.
Yeah. Well, you're too good at the game. You have mad skill.
I have lots of time to play the game, so I was owning it up on VS the other day. You would have been proud, T-Ray.
So this person asked, this is specifically for T-Ray, any information on, or I guess he must have posted it somewhere. Basically, I'll read it word for word. Any info on my request for a continent with ancient ruins covered in overgrowth?
What are you asking? Did we start on that map just for him?
Is that apparently that's what he's asking?
Or is there plans for something?
We started
like that?
on that, and then we scrapped it because no, we what we've got up is what we've said we would put up at SOE Live.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is Cirrus. After that, it's going to either be Hassan or Osher, and those are the next 3 maps coming out.
Cool.
Cirrus is going to be a volcanic map. It's going to have a lot of lava flows, and there's going to be some really cool stuff on it. And the other 2 will be closely, as closely we can get them to the original PlanetSide, with the updated twist to it. So, that's what we got coming. Whether or not we have city ruins in there, it's yet to be seen, depending on what our timetable looks like. But I can guarantee you this: it will be fun, and you will have a good time on those maps. So
cool.
That's really all that matters. We'll once we get in the groove of this and start kicking out maps, then we can start experimenting on some things like city ruins and underground tunnels and all kind of different stuff, as time goes on.
Cool. Everybody always asks when you guys mention Osher, is it going to be the classic Osher? Is it going to be the one big continent Osher? Is it going to be the split up Osher like we had in the late PlanetSide?
We were actually talking about Osher the other day.
Yep.
We want to make a continent that's as close as possible to a original PlanetSide continent and try it out. And I wanted to try that out for sure. Like have it have the same roads, the same everything. So it feels like a PlanetSide 2 version of Osher.
Yeah.
We'll see how close we can get to that. But
that's pretty neat.
The original.
Yeah. Here's the kicker though. Will it be fun in this day and age? But I mean, that's the thing. A lot of people think that all of that stuff is just transplantable, and in most cases is not. But Matt's going to give it a shot, and I hope I'm thinking that he'll probably make it work with what we have and what we had in the original PlanetSide. But if it doesn't work, we'll make changes to it. But that's the plan right now, is to make it as close as possible to the original PlanetSide.
Awesome.
I like this unholy river. It was like Smed, Higby, and T-Ray bobbleheads for the dashboards, please. Sorry, I thought that was funny. I would totally buy one of each. Switch them out.
I don't.
Yeah, I guess as long as they don't charge $3 for it, I guess I'm good to go with it. It's got to be more than $3.
Got to be like at least 10, right?
At least 10 before.
If they want a signature, it has to be 10.
Yeah, can't waste our time on less than $10.
Right. Have you seen those posters yet? I want to see them.
I've got the image.
T-Ray bobblehead needs to be shirtless.
Jesus, man.
See what you've gone and started.
I didn't think it was like that. I figured people would just be like, "Oh man, put your shirt back on."
You've created a new meme. I think it's going to be like all of a sudden there's going to be shirtless T-Ray stuff all over the internet.
Let's do it. As long as they always track back to PlanetSide 2, don't matter.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
I'm going to pop up this video that Matt just posted on YouTube a little bit ago.
This is new video, is it not?
Yeah, it's so what is this exactly? You said it's a heat map of the final 12 hours?
Last 12 hours in 1 minute increments of kills happening on
Okay, watch, guys.
on data.
I can see that this is pretty concentrated in one particular area.
I wonder where that is.
I think we all are pretty familiar with.
Well, the interesting thing about it, I think, I actually like that the Crown is always busy. I think it provides a place where you can guarantee to find a fight.
Right.
But you'll see that every other corner of the map and every other base on the map gets taken at some point or gets fought over at some point during this. So if you're interested in just going in and getting tons of kills, you have a spot for that. And even right now, you see the Crown has no activity on it at all at this point during the heat map.
That's true.
But across the entire rest of the world, you can see bases getting captured, fights happening.
Check out that image I just sent you.
Yeah, that's it was the Crown originally, but then it splits up and it definitely moves around. Most of us who play are always like, "Oh, there's the Crown again. Everybody must be fighting at it again." But it looks like it's not always that way.
Did you get T-Ray's image?
Me, I don't think he sent it to me.
Oh, he's talking
I
to
don't know.
someone
I
else.
sent it.
I would imagine he sent it to me, but maybe he
I
did.
sent it to Higby. He wanted to see the poster.
But that's
Yeah, I mean, like right now, you can see that people are pushed all the way back to the NC Warp Gate down there, and now it's getting pushed back the opposite direction. The entire TR area gets fought over at one point. It's cool. So we have this sort of data analytics that we can look at to be able to see all kinds of stuff. If I want to, I could flick through this and change it to just see Reavers killing sites on the entire map, or I only want to see where VS characters have killed TR characters, and you can see what the heat map looks like for that. And these kind of data analytics tools are really cool for us to be able to, figure out how the map is flowing, see what adjustments to level design do.
yeah,
all that stuff.
for sure. I mean, it's really neat that you got. It's obviously you really need to, but it's really cool that you guys have built in the ability to report on all this stuff. If I was to make a bet, I would say that there probably wasn't much of this in the original PlanetSide.
Basti wants to know if we're going to get access to that tool. I don't think so, Basti.
I don't think so, Basti. Nice try, though. I would love to have access to it, but I don't think we're going to be seeing that. It would be really cool, though, to post these on, talk about them during your command centers or whatever. And
said it was BI candy.
Yeah.
That was the cleverest thing ever. So maybe we'll do a new segment on Command Center called BI Candy.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would be really neat.
We actually had one of those the heat maps on the last episode 7.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did show that.
We can see all kinds of stuff with this. We can show territory capturing. We can show, basically anything you can imagine that happens in the game. We can visualize this way.
Very neat.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, which brings up a good question. As we roll into shipping and we roll into this live product, what would you guys like for us to show you on the command center? Like, what type of stuff you think would be really cool to see or hear about or know about behind the scenes or otherwise at SOE or just about PlanetSide 2.
Tramell shirtless was like the first.
Well, I totally knew that was.
You
coming.
already did that, so come on.
You guys start a post
Something
over on
new.
PSU too, because they'll read it there. I'm sure we're gonna miss them all. Look at it go. Good chat.
Reports on awesome in-game battles. We do that every Friday night on Friday Night Ops.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Scroll,
so
scroll,
just
scroll.
post that stuff somewhere so we can see it.
Yeah, start a thread on PSU.
My eyes are bleeding.
The process of building and skinning a model. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
We can do that.
Yeah, that sounds very cool. So somebody asked if the third-person camera bug on the fighter aircraft will be fixed. I don't know if you know which one that is or not.
Which one? There's a couple.
So when you're
Whoever
flying,
asked that question, say.
well, I know what
which
it
one?
is. I've seen it. When you're flying in third-person view, basically you get like it almost skips. If you pull up really hard, you see the model kind of jumps around a little bit.
Yeah, we've seen that. I don't know if that'll get fixed. That's like a weird. That's a weird.
Yeah.
With the flight physics.
I've actually noticed it seems to be only when you go down, when you pull down as opposed to up. Well, I
Yeah.
guess it depends on you're flying inverted or not.
I've seen that bug. That's obviously something that will get fixed at some point. I don't think that's on the list of the must-fix things that we have for launch. There's a few things that we're changing, a couple little bugs that we're fixing here and there, but we're really not trying to, change the game significantly from where it was at the last day of beta to where it is the first day of launch, because, that kind of wastes our entire beta if we decide to just change kinds of stuff.
Come in and all the systems are totally changed.
Right. Yeah, that's smart.
Somebody asked if you're going to be making more changes to Esamir and Indara based on what you've learned from Amarish, and I think I remember Clegg talking about there were some things added to Esamir, right, for the release patch?
Well, it actually got added yesterday's patch, the very last patch that went up. That was the mysterious 2 gigabytes that everybody downloaded that they didn't know what it was. Was Esamir got updated. And Esamir has 6 new outposts on it now that it didn't have previously, which should help break up some of the oversized regions and kind of get some better traffic flow happening on Esamir.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
What's up, Dante?
So,
I love that
Dante's
dog.
awesome.
Dante. I spent like an hour playing in the parking lot with him when I was there last time. I did.
Rascal.
He's so cute.
Hey, buddy.
Nice.
Cracks me up.
Dante, I miss you.
So one thing I've noticed, I don't know at what point this happened. I think it was when you put in the continental benefits. I've noticed that a lot of the fights, the Empire will stick on a continent, and then they'll just stay there until they own the whole thing. And nobody really seems to be moving around between the continents, and the populations seem to be out of whack from what I've noticed every night that I played since the change. Do you guys have any thoughts on that, or have you noticed that as well?
No, not really. Looking at the way the populations move around, one of the things that we wanted to do was make the continents feel a little bit more sticky to the empire that owns the benefit on it, but not like lock them into it. So the fact that there's more people sort of sticking around and feeling like they're vested into securing Amarish or vested into securing Esamir is kind of exactly what we wanted. But I haven't really seen it make the game be stagnant where nobody's fighting in those areas except for the guys who own it. At least looking at the data and from the times that I've jumped on, I might have missed periods of time where that did happen, though.
Yeah, it just seems like almost, I wouldn't say they're sitting there not doing anything. It's just that it seems to get off balance. Let's say NC owns a continent. Most of them will all be on that continent, pushing off the TR and VS, and then the TR and VS, for the most part, will leave, and then they'll be on another continent where the same kind of thing is happening. And it's almost like that for each empire. I wouldn't say it's a major problem, but I've noticed it over the past couple of weeks for sure.
Yeah.
What up, Stone?
All right. Anybody else have any
Cool.
questions? I don't even have that many.
Added
You just
another
added
one.
another
I don't know if it's really a question, but
Why?
it's small text. I'm sorry.
Why do you lose the continent bonus if you get gated, instead of someone conquering the whole map? I'm not sure what that means. I don't know what that
Maybe
means.
they do. I don't know.
You guys know what that means? I don't know what that means.
Interesting. Yeah, it might be a bug. I haven't actually seen that happen, but it might be that you don't have any territory connected to your warp gate, so it triggers the loss of the benefit. The way the benefits should work, the way they're supposed to function, is as soon as one is acquired, it never really goes away. So at first, day one, nobody's conquered any continents, so none of them really exist. But as soon as you conquer Indar, as soon as somebody conquers Indar, that benefit should be active for one of the 3 empires, no matter what, at some point, or at all times. So I have seen some instances where that's not actually happening right now, and we do need to look into those things.
Cool.
I see Griffin in there still. I just put
Griffin
another
is in there
question.
messing around too. What are the future plans for the jackhammer and the lasher? Both of them are lackluster and uninteresting.
Say it how it is.
The commentary,
Say it how it is.
commentary is always amusing.
Well, the jackhammer is definitely getting buffed to some degree. The idea with each one of those weapons is they're sort of supposed to be the pinnacle of their weapon type. So the MCG is supposed to sort of be like the best LMG. The jackhammer is supposed to sort of be like the best shotgun that you can get.
Oh, it's not.
I know it's not. Yeah. Its problem right now is its range limitation is a little bit too strict. We probably need to pull in the cone of fire and make it have a little bit more viability past 30 meters or so. And I've talked to Josh about that a little bit. So we'll probably rebrand that at some point to be more of a like flechette cannon than a shotgun. So that way it actually is viable at maybe 50 meters, maybe even 60, 75 meters. It could still be something that you wouldn't just be blowing on somebody if you fired it at them from that range.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the lasher, I think the last iteration of the lasher that came out is starting to feel a little bit closer to what we want it to be. But, it's not 100% yet. Even the MCG doesn't have all the stuff that we really wanted to have. We want to have some cooler mechanics for the way the spin up works on it. And we'll have those eventually.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I love the carbine. It's my favorite.
Yeah,
for the heavy assault.
I actually like the shotgun, the one that you can, the one that you can buy. That
I
is
do
my
too.
favorite
Light assault
thing ever.
shotgun,
Totally.
jumping off the roof and like decimating like a group of healers.
Sneaking up on people and just coming in there and just mowing through them. The shotgun is a lot of fun. It's my favorite one.
No new info on the esports stuff.
I was just about to copy paste that one.
Let's see.
Will Maxes get better armor? A light assault shouldn't be able to take it out by itself? Question mark.
I don't know, man.
Max just got their mitigation buffed slightly last week, and we've actually noticed them being slightly more effective. The thing is, like, Maxes actually do really well. There's not very many on the field at any given time because they have a cooldown, they have resource costs associated with them now, but they actually do pretty well per life compared to the other classes in terms of how many kills they get, how long they last once you get one.
Mm-hmm.
They do all right. So I don't know. It's really easy to make a class like that be super OP. And we don't want to necessarily make it so good that if one outfit decides to just roll nothing but maxes and go like do the standard max crash, that they're completely unstoppable.
Right.
They have to be vulnerable enough. And the problem is if we make them stronger on an individual basis, then when you have the mass of them, it just becomes unbeatable. So it's a very, very fine balance. I wouldn't want to be making any changes to the maxes that made them even up to 10% more effective than they are right now. If anything, maybe 2 to 3% would be how far we want to push them.
Cool. All right, we'll do a few more here.
Feel free if you guys see anything to answer. This
there
chat
was
is
one
going
that
crazy.
Scrolled by really fast. I totally missed. I wanted to ask.
Dude, you got 450 people.
Yeah, we got a lot of viewers.
Yeah, look at that.
It's because you guys are on.
Thanks everybody for tuning
This is
in.
for all you guys. This is for you. We're showing up for you guys, not for us.
Remember, guys, if you're not following the channel, you're not eligible for our giveaway, which is coming up right after we are finished this interview with Matt and T-Ray.
Indeed. So be sure to follow us here on Twitch. Any plans to add? We'll ask it anyway. Any plans to add UAVs for squad leaders to aid in spotting and tactical planning?
Just talking to Kevmo about that the other day.
Kevmo.
Anything's possible in the future.
Yeah.
Tramell will see our request for that at some point, for sure.
I'm sure. I mean, that's not a problem. I mean, I always want to get more gadgets and more little doodads for people to play with. That's always good.
Yeah, for sure.
We already have the vehicle profile for it. We made the vehicle and all the tuning settings for it to be able to use for the observer camera. The observer camera and what you would want with a spotting tool are almost the exact same thing. It's just the spotting tool needs to be visible and the observer camera is invisible. Right? So all we need is the art. We can put it in.
Right. Very cool.
Yep, you can use anything right now, though.
I know.
You could use
flying around like mom.
Yeah, you could just put in a max suit and make it a UAV. Just make it really small.
You know,
if you wanted to.
I'm gonna get one of the TR skull helmets, and I'm gonna call it the Radiskull UAV, and it's just gonna fly around like this with fire on it. Like,
yeah, it's gonna be like the Ghost Rider fucking UAV, dude. That'd be pretty sweet.
Radiskull. Nobody remembers Radiskull. I love Radiskull.
I don't remember that either.
That's not a question. Of course, you're not going to get to keep the unlocks that you had in beta.
No.
No,
guys.
everybody gets wiped.
Fresh.
And I will kill you one by one.
Nice.
Now, you can buy station cash and get some unlocks that you don't want to wait for.
Yeah, for sure.
Or work for.
Buy some station
Convenience.
cash.
You're paying for that convenience, guys.
Yeah.
It's kind
you
of
want to spend your time getting these things. Just
Yeah.
go ahead and get them right now.
That's for sure.
I'm going to get the ones that I don't want to wait for, and then I'm going to work for the other ones.
It's kind of funny when we
Orbital Strike will be coming in after launch.
that was the question that I was going to ask. T-Ray saw it. Awesome. Now I lost my other train of thought. Oh yeah, when we were asking people how much station cash they had, it was kind of funny how all over the board it was. It was rather amusing. Some people had tons, and then other people just had almost none. So, all right. Well, Smed just answered that question about the mobile app.
Got a crap ton of crates, especially ones we didn't even use.
What did Smed say? It's not going to be out with release, but hopefully shortly thereafter, it's going to go into the Apple App Store review process.
It's got to get through the review process. It takes a while.
Yeah.
You guys going to offer character switching between servers?
Character switching between servers?
Yeah,
why
like,
not?
I mean,
Just throw it out there. Yeah,
I mean,
sure,
they pay for it. They want to switch.
Yeah, it'll probably be something that is a paid tool.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't imagine that being done for free.
I can't see that being needed right away anyway. That's kind of like maybe a year down the road when you have this crazy character that you want to move with your friends or something. Maybe that'll be something later. All right, I think that's kind of it.
We got to let them get back to work, guys.
Yeah, you guys are busy.
I've been working the whole time.
Yes, he has.
Ow, I'm leaving.
You're leaving?
Yeah.
He's out.
T-Ray, I see you're wearing red black. I like that look.
Dude, that's what he was wearing the other day, too, saying that he's not TR, but he was wearing red and black last time we were on a stream.
It was the same shirt.
You were wearing a sweater with a zipper on it that was red and black last time.
Nice.
The only thing I had clean.
Like an elephant.
That's awesome.
It's the only thing I had clean, dude. Sorry.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Kitten, I know you want to slap me. You ain't slick. In a way that's not non-sexual.
Oh, man. That's funny. All right. So I guess any closing thoughts, any messages you guys want to send out to the community, or anything cool that you can tell us about something that we may not know about, or just kind of, what are your thoughts?
I just want to say...
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. T-Ray is being quiet.
Oh, I figured he was going to expound upon the hand gestures.
I guess not.
I guess he's done now. But yeah, for me, I mean, this has been a great, starting point because, obviously the journey's not over.
Indeed.
I just had a meeting with my art team yesterday, and congratulated them guys on all the hard work that they put into this game, and you just expect more great stuff coming out of us in the near future and the distant future. This game is going to be something that the company is going to support 110% for an extended period of time. So if anybody's questioning whether or not we fixed a particular bug and it's not fixed now and it's been in the game for 2 weeks, it's on our radar. We get bug reports every day and we clock them down as best we possibly can. So if you see something in the game for a while, trust me, it's on somebody's radar. It's not being overlooked, and we don't take any of this stuff lightly. So continue to hang in there. Keep giving us feedback. Don't let that ever stop you from saying, something's broke, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. But bottom line is we're here. We're here for the long haul, and we're here for the people and make sure that you guys get the game you expect from us.
Awesome. All right. Well,
We do appreciate you guys coming on.
Thanks, guys, for taking a few minutes out of your day. And
congrats. 3 days away.
Yeah, we're close.
excited.
Thank you.
It's the beginning. Just the beginning.
We're almost there. And as we...
Against Tramell. Now we actually got to buckle down, dude.
Yep. I got to go to Sweden.
Enough screwing around.
I'll be in Sweden on launch day. I'll be in the air.
Oh, yeah?
Helping
Yeah.
the screwing around thing.
Yeah, so, Matt's going to have to hold it down while I'm gone.
He's out.
They're going to be partying. They're going to be partying while I'm out.
Nice. Or running around, as I was saying earlier, with their hands up and just screaming and yelling. Like,
Yeah, that's probably no. I think that's what Hackney's going to be doing, and I'm glad I'm not going to be here for that. He'll be screaming and yelling and shit
to watch his downfall. You know,
Take it out.
He's going to be losing it, and everybody else is going to be like, "Dude, what? Just calm down, man. Just chill pill.
Everything's going to be okay."
It will be. It all gets done in due time, and people need to remember that. It's not the end of the world. We make games for a living, and we're all professionals. It all gets done. So,
indeed. All right. Well, thanks again, guys, for coming on. It was a pleasure having you. We will catch you guys next time, whenever that may be. But hopefully we'll be able to post-launch, obviously. Well, no, let's go ahead and do one on launch day. I'm sure you guys won't be busy, right? You can you can Skype in from the plane.
You can Skype from the plane, yeah.
Hit me up on my cell phone at 30,000 feet.
That's right. Oh, man. But hopefully we'll be able to do more of these post-release and, similar to what we used to do with the Acid Devs and stuff like that. That would be awesome.
And to everyone watching, don't go away. We're giving more giveaways.
Don't leave, because we'll be back. I am going to go ahead and turn off the screen for just a minute, and then we will be back, and we'll have a couple more giveaways. So,
giveaways. Follow the channel.
Indeed. So don't go anywhere. All right, everybody, I'm back. This is Hamma here on the Araxis Global Network with Jennyboo. Thank you for tuning in today to quite a action-packed broadcast. We had it all today. We had John Smedley, we had Clegg, we had Perfect Storm, we had... Just kidding. We had Jimmy. As I sit here. Well, wait.
Perfect Storm. Laperza.
Oh,
as
crap.
she likes to be called.
Oh,
I got it right
T-Ray.
for you.
We had Higby. We had all sorts of devs on the show. And
T-Ray hearts everyone in the channel.
Yes, indeed. And special thanks to all the devs for coming on and taking time out of their very busy weekend, their very busy checklist weekend, to come on and talk to the community. It just shows how connected they are to everything that we're doing, and how much they appreciate how much they appreciate the community to come on during a very busy time for them and just talk to us. So we're gonna do one last giveaway.
Actually, I gotta do a shout out.
Oh,
shout out to Hamma's mom.
Is my mom watching?
She's watching. She texted me.
Oh, cool.
And I always shout her out.
Hi, Mom, again.
And I'm giving everyone one last chance that's in this channel to follow us. You're getting one last chance before I do these rolls.
Yep. So. One last chance to have the opportunity.
Hi, Hamma's mom. Everybody's yelling Hamma's mom.
One last chance to win some swag. And again, this is not the end. We will be giving away a lot more swag.
On my stream.
It's going to be happening on Jennyboo's stream, and we'll probably be doing some streams together, I hope. I'll be ordering some more parts for that, and we'll be able to make that happen.
And all you have to do is follow this channel because we do all our streaming from here, guys.
Yep, follow this Twitch channel. Every stream that we do, me and her,
tons
is
of
going to
dog
be
tags.
on this channel. We will be doing random dog tag giveaways. We have some more swag on the way, so we'll be giving away some more stuff. We have even more stuff to give away, and we'll be doing it in various contests. But it's going to be mostly through the Twitch channel. It's the easiest way to do a contest. It requires less administration. So, just being able to hit a roll of the dice and you get a winner makes it easier on us. And, despite what you guys may think, fan site operator doesn't necessarily play the game as much as everybody else. I have to do all the other things that go along with running PlanetSide Universe, and I don't want to add administration of more contests to my plate. So we're going to do most of the giveaways through our Twitch channel, maybe through our YouTube channel, although that's kind of complicated too. So it's likely going to be all through our Twitch channel. But do follow us on Twitter. PSUcom is our Twitter account for PlanetSide Universe. You can catch CDL Jennyboo as well. That's Jennyboo, obviously.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm over here.
Hey.
I'm looking at the chat.
Hi.
Yes, I do
Hey.
kick Hamma's butt.
There's all the various staff Twitch Twitter. It's been a long show, guys. What are we going on? 4 hours now?
More than that, I think. But
there's I can look. 4 hours, 11 minutes, and 47 seconds we've been broadcasting. But there's all of our various staff Twitter accounts. And
the most important one is at the bottom, www.planetside-universe.com. That's our community. Go on over there. You have a voice.
Yeah, absolutely. And check out our YouTube channel too, PSU Media. We're going to have lots of good stuff on there. Check out our wiki, which is the most populated PlanetSide wiki on the internet. So be sure to check that out. And you can become a fan on Facebook or like us on Facebook, whatever they're calling it these days on Facebook. You can go on there and like us and get all the latest PlanetSide 2 updates. You'll get them first if you follow us, so be sure to do so. And again, there's our Twitter accounts one more time. Thanks a lot for tuning in today. We had a 4 hour and 20-minute show. This will be up on YouTube. I will put some shortcuts in it so you can jump right to the interviews and the various panels. And I'm going to edit it down just a little bit, probably remove a few minutes at least of just downtime from the video. But we are going to upload this to YouTube, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. And one more time, I'm going to go ahead and put our random crap up on the screen, as if we haven't done it enough. There's our YouTube channel, so be sure to follow it. If you didn't see the whole show, you can check it out there. And thank you guys for watching today. It was a long show. We need to go get some food. I'm hungry.
Yes, I am hungry too. Thank you for all coming out and supporting our Twitch channel. And
Absolutely.
I hope you come on over and support PlanetSide Universe and follow us, because we're always tweeting news, and it's good. It's a good supporting community, and your voice will be heard. Maybe you can be on one of these shows next time.
Yeah, absolutely. This is open to anyone. Anybody who wants to participate in the AGN, I mean, it's ready for you. So anytime you want to come on here and talk, feel free to join one of our panels. We're not planning on doing any shows tomorrow. You probably won't see any AGN broadcasts.
Till post-launch.
It's going to be post-launch. It's going to be not next week, unfortunately, because we won't be able to play next week during release. This sucks. But it is what it is. So it probably won't be for another week or so. Get the holiday next week too. Be sure to check out planetside-universe.com and head over there and hit up our forums. We've got a captive audience over the next few days because the official forums are down. So come on over to PSU if you want to talk about PlanetSide 2. That's your place to do it right now. We've got a lot going on, and come on over as my phone continues exploding.
Yeah, mine too. Thank you for all the follows, and TR for life.
Yeah, TR for life. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in again. Special thanks to SOE for coming on and supporting us. And it's been an amazing ride the past year. I am so looking forward to the next year and many beyond that. And I see you grinning over there. I don't know what you're laughing about.
I'm just laughing at the people saying TR for life.
Oh,
the
nice.
channel. That's
Awesome. all. Clegg, I'm sorry that you didn't win anything today, man. I apologize. Hopefully you can win something next time. It's really disappointing.
You were
for
in
me.
there.
I know.
You just weren't lucky.
It's really disappointing for me when you don't win anything, man. So so sad. Anyway, thank you, Radar, for hanging out in the chat. He's been in here most of the time answering questions and stuff. So thanks, Radar. For
you guys feel free that even though the show is ending to use the chat client to talk to each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know LaPers is probably going to get back to work, but
All right. Well, thanks again, everybody, for tuning into the Araxis Global Network, planetside-universe.com. Be sure to follow us on all our various social media outlets as well as YouTube so that you never miss our various AGN Instant Action broadcasts, which are our pre-recorded patch reviews, new player, kind of mid-player tutorials that we'll be doing pretty soon after launch, as well as many, many other things. And yes, the devs are all in the office. You saw Smed. He was sitting in his office. That was his office at SOE. So you guys got a glimpse inside of his top secret office at SOE. So Matt was in his office. T-Ray was in his. So they're all working very hard this weekend to bring the game to us on Tuesday. So as I continue dragging on the end of the show, like I tend to do, anything else that you want to say?
No,
Did I cover it all?
That's good, guys. Thanks
All
for
right.
supporting us.
Thanks again for watching the Araxis Global Network. I'm Hamma. She's Jennyboo. Be sure to tune in to our future AGN broadcasts right here on this very channel. Gameplay, dev commentaries, dev chats, Squad Beacon. All sorts of fun things are going to be coming out post-release, and we're really looking forward to bringing them to you now that we're into a new phase. And we will catch you next time here on the Araxis Global Network. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.